Take 2. Welcome to the Meet Your Makers podcast. That take 2 is fucking staying in. Hey, we had a fucking camera issue. Fuck. We're back to being a shit show.
Fucking shit.
I'm Trey, aka Vandal, joined here by
Trey, aka Vandal.
It's funnier the second time.
Because we already did it.
Fuck. God damn.
Oh
welcome.
man, I fucking love technical difficulties. See,
welcome.
I told you it'd be more fun the second time
Yeah,
around.
dude. Welcome to the Meet Your Makers podcast. I don't know why the fuck y'all are here, but I appreciate you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we had the camera fall, SD card fall out.
Fuck.
And so we had a pretty. I was enjoying the flow of the intro and everything like that, but hey, we got the kinks out the road. Out of the way, whatever the fuck the saying is, dude. I don't know.
Fuck you're trying to say.
How many beers deep are we? We got to crack another one for this fucking intro.
I still got this much time left on this.
Oh, you're gonna fucking. Oh,
Did you already down that one?
I'm about to.
Did you already down? Oh fuck.
Yeah, hey,
Aren't you the Marine in the room?
that's what I'm saying, dude. Semper Fi in this bitch. We are joined by our guest here, Matt from Field Contact. Thank you so much for joining us today and dealing with our asses as we reset. Yeah, say hi to the people. People say hi to Matt.
Hello, people. Thanks for having me here.
So man.
Just because I did it the first intro. Cooter, fuck you. That's all. I just want to say real quick. Yeah. Fuck you, Cooter.
Yeah.
You've been making my life fucking hell on the back end.
Thank God
Oh,
I
that
don't-
sound wait, pause. That was kind of gay. God damn it.
It's the wrong song.
Just wait until he plays taps later.
Oh fuck, dude. He doesn't have it downloaded on the soundboard. We're good. He played
Not yet.
he played taps one episode.
You underestimate Cooter. He'll do it during the podcast.
He won't fucking do it.
Look at him. Look at him. He'll fucking do it,
There's
dude.
so many fucking homeless people at the QT.
Oh shit. Excuse me.
Don't fuck no, Kate. Now, God damn it, Holden.
You gave him the idea. It's your fault.
Oh, shit.
Put it out into the world again.
He's got to remember the password first.
Cooter's got that autism.
He
memory.
always asks me. He'll remember it though.
It's like fucking 2000 hacker. I'm in. You get in? You in?
He fucking went like this and he went.
I'm in.
Literally cracked the matrix.
It's fucking the password's 1 2 3 4.
No.
It's literally password.
It's my birthday. That means Cooter knows my birthday.
I know your birthday too.
Yeah. I don't know your birthday. Don't dox it right now.
I'm gonna fucking dox it.
Don't dox your birthday. Tell me afterwards because I need to get you something. You've been treating me too nice. I need to get you
I always
something.
treat you too nice. Well, yeah, take 2. I had some rants about the fucking youths of today and how they're terrible people and don't get beat enough or learn not to watch their mouths by getting hit.
We asked if the kids nowadays in school are saying retard, and they are.
100%.
We're 100% back.
Yep.
TV is fucking tripping out, Cooter. What is going on?
So many fucking issues tonight.
Holy shit. The fucking poltergeist is happening in this fucking room right now. I
Cooter, can you
swear.
focus for a second?
Yeah, we need
1 second before you play taps. Can you fucking play us in? Let's get this bitch on the road, dude.
Fucking take 2, boys.
There we go.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Got
Yes,
still
sir.
solid. We hit that one 2 times in a row,
That
dude.
was a good one.
Every guest,
No foam on
no
top
foam,
this
dude.
time.
Oh, you guys
Hell
missed
yeah.
the ASMR of Holden just fucking slurping it up.
Slurping it up.
Maybe we can still add that in from the first
Yeah,
take.
it there.
Let that play in the credits of him just slurping.
The other one will. It's a camera that's on us that went down. Otherwise, I'd be like, I'll put it on the fucking Patreon. We'll get some videos of. Still on the mic, yeah. Well, just the ASMR.
Did I cut my hand today saving a rifle's life from falling off the wall?
Oh yeah.
Speaking of falling falling off the wall.
Maybe it's you. Maybe
dude,
you're
we have guns falling off the wall at the shop.
I think the ghost is
It's one
following
way
you.
to test them for
We've
drop
had
safe.
guns that are sitting
Just
up.
a wall of SIG
We've
320s.
We've had guns that are sitting up on like a rack that's like this.
angled people's.
Here, angled like that. And it's got a magnet on the back of it to hold the barrel up against it. And I've literally had a rifle fall off the fucking rack. Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
Dong. That fucking vibrates.
We're a couple beers deep if you guys couldn't tell.
Yeah, we're a little tipsy.
We're feeling it.
If this is tipsy.
I got a new Sopuesto, everybody. I got a new Sopuesto.
That's the real reason you wanted to pull out the rifle. You just wanted to
That
show
is
it
the
off.
real reason. I got a new Whisper Pickle, and I'm very excited about
Call it
it.
a whisper pickle.
It is a Whisper
I
Pickle.
fucking hated that.
Yeah, it's the Dead Air Sandman X to be exact, and it is hot. I love that fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's great.
They're nice.
Yeah.
Shot them at the.
Shout out to Dead Air, fucking sponsor the podcast.
I'll talk to some people.
That would
Pull
be
some
pretty cool.
strings.
I got a guy in their marketing department.
Hell yeah, give me some more Dead Air. I'll fucking rock all their shit. I love that can. That's great. Was the Reardon mounts too?
It's fucking sweet. Matt, thank you again for joining us today. We went through all this, but we go back a couple years, I guess. Now, 2 years, maybe more. 2 years. 2023. Yeah, 2023 sounds right.
Yeah.
2023. You came. We both kind of came on the scene in 2A out here, and I've seen you at events. Like one of them we talked about previously was the Badlands barbecue at the shop.
It's my first one.
Which you were there, and I saw you, and I just didn't talk to you because I'm like, that guy's super handsome and confident, and I'm not.
I was not confident.
You seem like very extroverted, and I was just being a bitch.
Sometimes you gotta fake it.
But like literally right after that, we started talking online and stuff, and we have a lot in common. One of which being some Air Force vets.
Yep.
Fuck the Marine Corps.
Here we go into the wide blue yonder.
No, you do this every time.
Is that not it?
No,
What is that? What am I singing?
wide blue yonder.
Is that it?
No,
What am I singing? So, correct me. Am I singing the incorrect lyrics?
yes.
Okay, so the song is correct.
But
the lyrics are
if the-
incorrect.
No, so if the lyrics are wrong,
that
Holden,
makes-
that,
that
makes
makes
the
the
song wrong.
So what are the lyrics?
I don't know.
Off we go into the wild blue yonder.
The
Yeah, that's
wild
it.
blue yonder?
Yep, flying
I
high.
feel like the wide blue yonder makes more
So
sense.
the Marine Corps love big bitches, not so much in the Air Force. We don't like them wide.
Don't you guys have like the biggest planes? Like the fucking
To
big.
transport you.
Yeah, you fat asses. The
I
fucking-
wasn't saying
the,
that.
the strippers.
All we
You,
eat is MREs.
the strippers
okay?
you find
They
off
stick
base.
to
Motherfuckers
your
going hog hunting,
handles in areas.
trying to get something to grip
Still
onto.
trying to get them off.
I was meaning you in general. I was just saying, yeah,
The chicken pesto pasta has been around for a couple of years.
hell yeah. It's the wild blue yonder though. Don't disrespect my Air Force like that.
All right,
I can
the wild blue yonder.
I can disrespect it like that.
At least you tried singing it. I don't even know it anymore. That's
There
how
you go.
far removed I've been.
Was it at our
Data dumped.
at
That's what I call
our
that.
promotion ceremonies? We used to sing the Air Force song, or do the Airman's Creed, one or the other. And I always brain dump one. I only remember one at a time, so I don't know the Airman's Creed off the top of my head. So like whenever we did a promotion ceremony, I'm like meh, 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 meh. But at the beginning it was like the Air Force song, and I was like, go wide blue, yeah, something like your ass. Yeah, but I know the Air Force song very well,
Good for you.
very well. I was a road guard. I sang fucking the cadence
God,
and
I've
shit.
been fucking. I know a lot of Air Force guys now.
Who else do you know? Who you cheating on me with besides Sean?
You,
Sean.
him,
Okay,
Sean.
that's 3.
Makes for a good time.
Noah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anybody else? So many, dude. 4 people. That's a lot for you. You're a Marine.
That is
I
a
don't know
lot.
if you, I don't
That's
think you can
more.
count that high.
That's more. Well, actually, no. I probably know just about the same amount of Marines out here. No, I know more Marines out here.
Way more Marines out here.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but second one is more Air Force. I don't know as many Navy guys.
That's because we're in Arizona, dude. Ain't no guys staying in Arizona.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no Navy guys want to be out in Arizona.
So I don't know of any Navy guys in Arizona or ex-Navy besides my dad.
I know a couple coasties.
Out here?
Yep.
Wild.
Well, not out here, but they come out here often.
Yeah, they're just Homeland Security. They don't count. Anyways. I'll fucking die. Dude, I get back from a deployment and we were in Virginia. So we went to the bar to drink. And me and my buddy, instantly we got Appletinis. I don't know why we thought it would be funny.
That's what you chose after your deployment was like,
Yeah, I don't know why we're just like, you know what'd be funny?
Such
you're
an
really
Air-
like
such
you're
an
making the Air
Air
Force look bad right now.
Such an Air
yeah,
Force
100%.
drink,
That's
an
what-
Appletini.
That's what we did. I've never had one before, and he's like, "We should get Appletinis just for the fucking jokes." And so then we like linked arms and drank them because we're gay.
This was at the Hilton, of course. That's
but
where
I
they-
just want to
that's
say
where they were staying
at the
on the
bar
way
we're at, dude. Some guys come up like, "Oh, dude, are you guys military too?" We're like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh yeah, we're Coast Guard. We just graduated basic." And we're like, "Shut the fuck up." Like we might be drinking Appletinis here. You're still
you're
gayer
so
than us.
hard, dude, with
You're
your
still
Appletini.
gayer.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck
I'd
up.
fucking tell you to shut the fuck up and be like, get your Appletini out of here.
Have you ever had an Appletini?
Yeah, I have. And
It's all fucking delish,
they're
dude.
absolutely delicious, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
That's besides the
You never
point.
just got some fun drinks with your boys before, Holden?
Coors lattes. don't
Pina
count?
coladas is about as crazy as
I'm
I've
not
gotten.
super into coconut like that. You know what I mean?
I've had a pretty good pina colada.
You know, so
before.
like the whole deployment, like at times we can drink. It's like, yeah, we're doing Long Island iced teas, we're doing fucking beers.
Long Island iced teas.
You know, but like we got
yeah.
back stateside like the first week. We was like, what's the girliest shit we could drink just for shits and giggles? And we were like, let's get some fucking apple
Espresso
tea.
Guys, listen to
Martini
how
next
we're
time.
talking about alcohol right now.
We don't have problems.
Nah, we have it figured out.
This is the first time I've drank in like a week and a half.
I walk in, the mini fridge was empty. Holden, don't you fucking lie to me.
I was here first, so my bad.
Goddamn.
Nah, it wasn't him. It
Cover
was
for you.
Yeah,
It was
got his ass.
It was me. I did it.
All right. So take two, right? Matt, so you're Air Force. We talked a little bit. You're not originally from Arizona.
No,
And you pissed me off with your answer because I literally said, don't say California. And you said,
California.
son of a bitch. But I will say for people at home, not that anyone cares, but you've been in Arizona longer than you've been in California,
Yeah,
which
because I'm old. So
I'll count as a native.
I've been here longer. Yeah.
Hell yeah. And then you talked a little bit about your journey into going into the military. Can you tell us, retell us about that? Because I was having fun with it.
Yeah, I was always the kid that was playing in the neighbor's bushes or in the riverbed behind our house growing up. It started with plastic guns, then it transitioned to paintball guns, then it
Hell yeah.
transitioned to airsoft because they looked realistic. So how
Hell
else
yeah.
can you terrorize the neighborhood?
Yeah.
So I always wanted to join the military. I just knew it's what I was going to do. And at the time when I was my senior year, I was part of a work release program. We'll call it. I don't
fucking jail, dude. Work
I
release.
mean, that's what
Yeah.
school is.
Yeah, fair enough.
Got security guards and block walls and barbed wire now. Some even have metal detectors.
A lot of them have metal detectors.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I got out of school early because I had a job, and that was like working was my school or like my class for that.
Yeah.
And the days that I didn't have work, I got to just hang out and do whatever I wanted to do in Southern California. But towards the end of my junior year, I started like getting serious about the military because I knew it's where I was going to go. Because I don't come from a wealthy background. My parents weren't going to pay for school, and I was not smart enough to get a scholarship, and nor was I athletic enough to go that route. And so I was like, I'll just join the military.
Hell yeah.
And
I felt all of that.
yeah. And so I wanted to be the hero, right? Like, so I wanted to go do the cool stuff and fight for my country and all that. So I went to the Army recruiter first, and he didn't give me the time of day. I went right after I got out of school, and he was more distracted by a rival school that had gotten out at lunchtime and was just staring at all the girls walking by that
Gross.
he could care less about me.
Nasty fuck.
So I was like, all right, like, you can't give me 10 minutes of undivided attention, like, then I'm out. Like,
Yeah.
maybe this isn't the route for me. And at the time, we had some close neighbors, friends that lived right across the street from us. They were both his parents were both prior Air Force, and their oldest son had just come back from tech school as a firefighter
Hell yeah.
in the Air Force, and he was like, hey, like, come talk to my recruiter. Like, I know the Army guy didn't work out for you, so come talk to my recruiter, see what he has to say. So I was like, okay. So I like set up a time, and I went down there, and like I got kidnapped. Like I walked in, he was like, Matthew, and I was like, yes, sir. He just literally locked the door, closed the blinds, flipped the close sign. Like, we were talking at one point, and somebody was knocking on the glass, and he was like, nope, don't care. You're my priority. And I'm like,
Sounds like the Air Force.
fuck, he wants me in here.
Yeah.
And so, like, they had me do a practice ASVAB test, and I scored well enough on it he was like, yeah, you can do a lot of jobs. He's like, you scored really high in mechanical. He's like, you want to be a mechanic? And I was like, absolutely not.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Working on aircraft sounds really cool, and then like
Until you miss the 10 millimeter socket,
yeah, that or like I don't know
FOD walks.
the FOD walks and shit,
screw
but like
that.
the maintainers like working 12-hour shifts and like you can't memorize anything in your books or your TOs. I think they have iPads now, fucking nerds. But you have to sit there with your binder, open it up to what you need to do. Is like, oh, I need to fucking I don't know what the fuck they do to planes. I gotta fucking rotate the wings, some dumb shit like that. I don't fucking know planes, but you have to sit there and like my buddies would tell me like I have to have my finger on the word that I'm reading going down, showing that I'm reading it and not memorizing it. Because if you miss one thing, it could be the plane going down.
Yeah,
right?
if there's a
memorize
mishap,
it.
they
You
get
just fucking
they're part of the investigation.
yeah. We've had it. We've lost when I was in South Dakota. We had a couple engines come loose off the plane.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's a rough one.
scary.
But yeah, it's they hate their fucking maintainers hate their lives.
Yeah.
I hated my life.
But yeah, so I didn't want to be a mechanic, even though I like fixing problems, which we'll kind of get into where that led me later. And so like the recruiter, I remember him, Tech Sergeant Moss, he's like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know. I want to do cool stuff and like be a badass. Like,
Hell yeah.
And he was like, oh, I got something for you. So he pulled out pamphlets. He was like, oh, there's pararescue, there's combat controller, SEER, if you like camping, and then listed off some of the other few. And I was like, what's combat control? That sounds fucking cool. Combat.
I'm controlling combat, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, sounds wicked. And
To be honest, when I was listening to that, sounded like the fucking coolest thing. And it actually being in, it's still the coolest thing ever.
dude, I see Scarlet Berets and I still get like,
Little chub.
oh yeah,
Hell yeah. People that don't know, combat controllers are just JTAC older brothers.
yeah, Air Force Special Forces that talk to planes and drop munitions.
Hell yeah.
But he was like, yeah, he's like, you can be an air traffic controller controlling the airspace above the battleground. And he's like, you can stack planes and do all this stuff and warheads on foreheads. And I was like, sounds legit. And he's like, yeah, when you get out, you can go be an air traffic controller. I was like, that sounds cool, I guess. Minus the bombs.
And the highest suicide rate of any career field ever.
Yeah. So I ultimately I enlisted into the delayed entry program because I was still under 18 when I enlisted. So I had to have my mom sign my life away, and she had to do a whole freaking paper because my bio dad was never around. So
Oh shit.
yeah, so we had to prove that
He wasn't around.
Yeah, so I was like, we can show you back like freaking child support statements, and I can show you like all the other stuff. But yeah, we had to get stuff notarized, and yeah, I enlisted at 17 in the delayed entry program. I was doing the nerd stuff, coming out once a week, working out with them. I did the pre-test for the combat control career field, which at the time it was swimming, running, push-ups, sit-ups, things like that.
Swim always killed people.
Huh?
The swim always killed people. Like I had buddies who would like pass everything but the swim.
See, I was Southern California. I was always at the beach.
Hell yeah. That
So-
makes sense.
Yeah. So I did fine, and I was also much lighter and smaller in my youth than I am now. So I passed it fine. I graduated high school in 05, and I hung out for the summer with friends doing all the things that we enjoyed, which was beach and bonfires and pool parties.
Hell yeah.
And then October came around. I said goodbye to everybody and got dropped off and shared a room with a stranger, and then took a plane to San Antonio and started my Air Force journey there.
Honestly, October probably like the best time to go to basic.
It was kind of cold.
I was gonna say yeah, but it's better than the summer in San Antonio.
Yeah, the humidity always gets me.
Yeah, it's fucking bad.
I fucking hate humidity.
Yeah.
I do not miss the humidity about West Virginia.
Is West Virginia humid?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's so far north.
Especially after like a rain. Absolutely fucking lootly. Yeah, it gets pretty fucking humid.
Yeah, so I finished basic training, and at the time I
What
was
squadron were you?
the 331st,
Dude, same.
the Wolfpack.
Hell yeah. We were they got Disneyland now is what they call it. It's like the new dorms, like the big ones. when I rolled through, we were still in the 331st dorms, the oldest dorms on the fucking base. Cold showers all week except for Saturday mornings. The only time we'd have hot water.
You guys had hot water?
Yeah, Saturday mornings for about 5 minutes.
Did everybody go to church on Sunday?
Yep. And then we got back from Beast Week. I don't know if you guys called it that when you were there.
Warrior Week.
Warrior Week. Yeah, we got back from Warrior Week and we had a bat infestation.
Oh, fuck.
Our sister flight woke up. One of them woke up and there's a bat in her fucking face. So we had to get rabies shots and then call home because I guess it made national news. And we were like, I didn't get bit by a bat. I don't have rabies, but I got treated for it anyways.
I'm not a vampire.
Yeah. No, yeah. I like the fact that I was in those old dorms.
It just made it authentic.
Yeah. I was like, this fucking sucks, and I kind of like it.
Yeah. What was your job? Like, what was your task when you were going through basic?
Oh, dude. So
you didn't realize I was going to be asking you questions, huh?
Oh yeah, I fucking love when they ask me questions. So originally, I didn't really. When we first started off, I was like day room cleaner. So we have like kind of like a classroom set up in the dorm. I don't know if you guys do in Marine
giant
Corps.
Conference room.
Yeah, it's like a giant conference room. Like you have your latrines, and then down the hall was the conference room, and then you had your bays where you guys slept. And so I was like on like clean up for the day room, right? And that's where they would smoke us. That's where they would fucking
pass out mail,
tell us we were pieces of shit, stuff like that. I think like a week in, our chow runner became an element leader, so he was in charge of like one of the groups of people. And then the guy didn't fucking like me at all, so he's like, hey, you're gonna be a chow runner today because I have to do element leader shit. And then it just stuck, so I was a chow runner the whole fucking time I was there. And so chow runner go down to the snake pit, which is like just a line of MTIs, and you have to like report the flight in and out for chow. And for whatever reason, when it's a chow runner and you go in front of them, they fucking quiz you on shit. Like they'll look up and down your uniform, they'll find anything wrong, right? Like their whole job is to sit in the DFAC and just fucking prowl just to find someone to fucking scream at. So when you're reporting in and out, dude, if you do one fucking thing wrong, you're fucking getting lit up by about 6 or 7 MTIs just all screaming in your face. I was a chow runner. I never really had any issues because like whenever they asked me questions, I was like, I got that autism memory. It's like I read that in the fucking book XYZ, and they're like, all right, fair enough.
Carry on.
Yeah, I had a really bad guy that was my backup chow runner. Like, dude, after we graduated and we could officially call ourselves airmen, not just trainee, he's walking up to the snake pit to report the flight, and he's marching with like his left hand and left leg swinging at the same time.
That takes serious concentration.
That takes so much skill
when they do that.
And then our the MTI fucking stopped him. MTI was walking by. I was like, the fuck is your name, airman or a trainee? And he's like, airman, I'm not gonna dox, I would say Paul. He's like, airman Paul. And he's like, Paul? He's like, oh, I've heard about you. Fucking just carry on, dude. Like he was such a lost cause. Like, I don't know how the fuck you made it. Just whatever, dude.
The private pile, dude.
Private pile. And then I remember after we graduated, because like the snake pit does not care about you once you hit graduation, but you still have to you still have a couple days where you're like eating and stuff. They mainly care about the new guys. And so one of the roles of a chow runner is that you have to direct people where they're going to go eat, right? So I have to direct my whole flight to tables, and then I have to go get my food. And you still have as much time as the rest of your flight to eat, so your time to eat gets cut in half. And I'm like standing up there directing people where to go, and there's a new flight there, and they're still in civilian clothes with the fucking web belts and canteens, dude. And this kid's fucking eating, and the MTIs will come up to you and scream at you while you're eating. You better fucking finish that plate. You better finish your fucking water, like going off. And I remember this kid, dude, this curly-headed fuck kid before they went, like they just got there.
Right off the bus.
Yeah, dude. And he looks at this MTI and he's like, you better drink that fucking water. And he goes, double finger guns. He's like, okay, double finger guns at this MTI. The MTI looks at me. I look at him, kind of fucking horrified. And he just smiles, and then he looks over at the snake pit, and
he was just like, "Watch this." That's
yeah,
about
pretty much. And I just see 8 MTIs come out of nowhere and just fucking circle this table, just fucking screaming at this kid to where he's like welling up with tears. And I was like, "All right, well, I'm gonna go now."
Yeah, I'm gonna go kick rocks on the way out.
That was a long-winded answer to your question, but I was mainly a fucking chow runner, which is probably one of the worst jobs to be in basic training.
I was the utility monitor, so I was in charge of the utility closet.
You guys had a utility closet? What?
Yeah, like for where the mops were.
You guys
Oh,
had
the
that
house
that up?
mouse.
In the
House
clean-
mouse.
Oh,
Oh,
the
house
house
mouse.
mouse.
House
No,
mouse.
see,
That one rings a bell.
Our house mouse was just tied to our basic training instructor.
Really?
Yeah, so like if he had things that like he needed papers ran or he had to go down to like
That's just a bitch.
that's exactly what it was. But yeah, I was in charge of the utility closet and I was like, hey, don't touch that fucking mop. Like we're gonna use the towels.
Yeah.
Don't drink out of that water fountain. We're gonna get we had it down to like a science. We're like, you're only using that one urinal, that toilet, one sink. Don't even look at the water fountain.
Yep.
Because you have to polish that.
Yep, I remember that.
I remember-
hand sanitizer. You can polish about fucking anything, dude.
Yep.
And I remember we got smoked one night
Fabuloso.
when the the instructor came in and he found lint in my mop head and just started.
Fuck.
He
Going
was
off.
throwing like like the soap dispenser, like then it came in boxes.
Yeah.
He was like just chucking them like grenades, like just throwing them across, boom, just hitting trainees in their bunks. Like you just hear ooh, like from across the hallway. And you'd be like, "Shut up over there."
Back when they could actually do shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
It
Like
was-
for us, like I think around the same time, one of my buddies went through basic too. We were in different flights, but they were in the middle of getting smoked, doing like push-ups and fucking jumping jacks and burpees and shit. And the instructor, he told me, he's like, he checked his watch. He's like, "Fuck, everyone stop right now." Like what? They just came back from chow like 20 minutes ago.
gotta
and
let their food settle.
you couldn't smoke them until 30 minutes after chow. Yeah, and when I went through basic, it's when the MTIs no longer slept overnight in the dorms, because you guys had that, right? They had in the office they had a bed set up. The bed was still there, but like we were the first flight where they didn't spend the night because so many instructors were fucking trainees.
Oh.
That came out at Lackland.
There was
when I
no
was there.
fucking in my squadron. There was a lot of fucking with,
Hell yeah.
but not fucking.
Yeah. it was mainly when it was like a male and a female flight, you know what I mean?
Shocker.
Shocker.
Which is wild because when I went through, they wouldn't allow opposite sex instructors.
Oh, really? They still had it when I was there, but it was females with males. But I remember we had a senior airman MTI when I was there,
That's wild.
which they were cycling out of, but she was grandfathered in because she was already an MTI. She was the fucking strictest MTI you'd ever meet, and her only job was running the special forces flights. The guys that were gonna be combat controllers, SEER, and stuff like that. That's who she was in charge of at the 331st. And like, dude, before they go in to eat, they'd have to do 20 pull-ups just to get reported in.
Yeah, we didn't have to do that.
Yeah, she was like I said, strictest MTI I ever seen.
It's crazy. She was only a senior airman.
Yeah, well, they allowed it for a while, and then they're like, no, you at least have to be a staff, which is a E5. She was an E4 as a MTI, but they changed it while we were there. So she was the last of the dying breed.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So basic, how long was basic for you?
8 weeks.
Same. Yeah, this guy's on.
I could see his eyes rolling across the whole
Yeah,
entire
they
room
always
right now.
do. Was
Dude, it was a tough 8 weeks.
13 weeks.
well, when you're smart enough to understand how to fold socks and shirts, they only need 8.
Yeah, like
Were
your
you part
guys'
of the-
your guys' whole chow hall experience is like wild to me because like mine was nowhere near similar.
What do you mean?
Like I on MCRD San Diego, at least that's where I went. When we would run you were sprinting everywhere, like dead sprint, and we would sprint to the chow hall from our barracks, and we were close to the parade deck. It was probably a good quarter-mile sprint to the chow hall, and we would sprint there, and every time we would pass pull-up bars, you would have to do pull-ups.
Yeah.
So every time, and on a Marine Corps base, there's nothing but fucking pull-up bars everywhere. So we were doing pull-ups probably 2, 3, 4 times before we got to the fucking chow hall.
How many reps?
I was doing probably 10 to 15 reps on each bar each time. So like, and I never ever my entire Marine Corps career ever got to 20, and I blame it on the length of my fucking arms.
Yeah, blame whatever you want.
And I will in my weak body, my weak little body.
I wouldn't say little, but go on.
Yeah, but fair enough. But no, we would run to the chow hall, and we would sit in front of the chow hall, and we would be right next to San Diego Airport, and we would see all the flights coming in and out, and the flights taking off. And
We're just envisioning escaping.
and the drill instructor would be like, "Who lives in San Antonio, Texas?" And they'd be like, fucking like 4 recruits would raise their hands, and they'd be like, "This recruit," and they'd be like, and be like, "There goes your plane home. Go chase it." And they'd fucking literally have to run the entire fence line of the entire base all the way to the end of the base, and then run back, and then be like, "Did you catch it?" And they'd be like, "No." And they'd be like, "Get in the fucking chow hall." But when we get in the chow hall, it was just straight screaming and chaos the entire time. You had no chance to just decide what you wanted to eat. There was no decision making in the process whatsoever. It was, you are in front of food. Yes, give me food.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, it's fucking beef stroganoff with fucking mushrooms and nasty shit that I don't like. Too fucking bad. I'm eating it because I'm starving because we're sprinting everywhere.
Yeah.
And we weren't allowed to use forks because forks meant you had enough time to take delicate time to take bites. We used fucking spoons because it was the closest thing that resembled a shovel.
Hell yeah.
And we would fucking literally sit there, and they'd be our kill hat. Like, so the kill hat is what they're called, is the drill instructor that follows you everywhere. Mm-hmm. The kill hat would be in the fucking chow hall, literally screaming at you to eat. And if you weren't eating fast enough, you're done.
How much time did you get?
From the time you walk into the chow hall and the time you're walking out, I'm probably saying about less than 10 minutes.
Okay, we got 15.
Yeah.
15 was our hard, you need to be fucking outside.
I was going to say, it progressed as we went on. Like, the first few weeks were just chaos, right? Like,
Dude, your drill instructor would be standing behind you in the line, and if you look around at all, they're like,
if we
face forward.
If we fucked up, our kill hat would make it a point that we would get the food that had the most carbs and like the thickest stuff, and he would make sure that we would get 2 glasses, one of regular milk and one of chocolate milk.
Hell yeah.
And then after that, he would go haze the absolute fucking dog shit out of us and be like, "You guys want to fuck around? Okay, eat up. No, hey, gross, go ahead, grab that chocolate milk. Grab a glass of chocolate milk." And I'd be like, "Fuck, bro."
see, at least you got chocolate
Fuck.
milk. Ours was 3 glasses of water.
I saw it again fucking 20 minutes
sure
later.
you did.
Yeah. Oh, I
Probably
saw
tasted good, though.
Yeah, no, not when it's coming out your fucking nose. And fucking the San Diego fucking summer heat.
Just don't throw up, dude.
It don't smell good either.
Sounds like a mental thing, you know what I mean?
But I was string bean too. I was 6'6", 175 pounds when I graduated boot camp. So, yeah, I was fucking skinny.
Let's go. Our chow halls were the bottom of our dorms.
Yeah, so we didn't have to run.
Really?
Away.
Yeah, you come down because it's like 3 stories basically. And the first story is all classrooms, leadership, and chow hall. So each squadron had their own chow hall.
We just had those barracks that were set up in like an H. So you had like one big center corridor, and it was 3 levels, and then each had its own fucking squad bay, and each squad bay was its own platoon, and you had like all of Alpha Company with all fucking 2, 4, 6 fucking 12 platoons in Alpha Company all in one fucking building. And those buildings were spread out like with Alpha Company, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, whatever the fuck. And then you had your central building that was the chow hall. And then you had other central buildings to go to. Like our barracks was just a barracks.
They kept us segregated from other squadrons unless it was PT.
Oh,
and that's because PT was a fucking competition.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay.
They kept us separated the entire time.
Not even even for PT. Oh, PT is.
Did you guys have doors on your shitters?
Yeah. You want to hear my favorite story from Basic?
Yeah,
we're going on a lot of tangents. We had doors on our shitters. We had like 4 urinals and then like maybe 5 or 6 stalls.
We didn't have doors on our shitters.
I know you didn't. You guys fucking face each other. You fucking co-op that shit. We had one that didn't fucking lock, and so whenever someone was using it, they'd fucking kick the door open. And this was before we established like, hey, these are the only shitters we're using. They just thought it was the funniest joke. It was like everyone's
you said
like in
shitters as an S with plural, so you guys use multiple ones?
We used 2. So 2 shitters, and then the 4 urinals, we used 1 urinal and 2 of them.
Yeah, we used
way too much
we used
cleaning for
one
us.
shitter
Our
and one
fucking-
urinal
our-
for like 90 dudes.
Our bathroom crew was like 12 dudes. So like they
Hell yeah.
they killed, like that was like the heavy load was like that, and then the bed makers, which I used to help make beds a lot till I was a chow runner because then I had to be out first.
Wait, you guys had bed makers?
Bed makers?
Don't look at
Yeah.
me like this. I didn't have bed makers.
So-
we had to make our own
He
beds.
said, "Don't look at me like
We had to make our own beds.
We segregated it a lot to where it's like, hey, if you're really good at like folding, like
So
doing
it
the
does
hospital
work.
corners and stuff, yeah, it does work. Holden told me that. So it's like, hey, like we're like in the morning time when we're like resetting up, it's like, hey, get dressed, right? We'll have guys that are gonna like align all the shoes. They literally have like a string out there, align everything, make sure everyone's locker is locked, make sure all the clothes are good. But then you'd have the guys like a crew of 4 or 5 guys who can do the bed with the hospital corners in like 30 seconds. They just fucking hop through and just go through the whole dorm.
I was really good at doing fucking
Me
beds.
too.
I only ever did
And
my
then
own bed though.
because it was the one nice thing about being a chow runner is you are the most important person to the flight.
Yeah, because everybody wants to eat.
Everyone wants to eat.
Hell
and,
yeah.
And I made sure I was there. I got there as soon
You're
as
the
we,
one person standing between a whole fucking platoon of dudes and their food.
we ate first every
Yeah.
time. But I was in the fucking shitter that didn't lock. And a guy decided to come up and fucking kick it open while I'm like, it was like my first shit there, dude. So it's like, you know, I didn't shit for like 4 or 5
I was going to say,
days.
this has been like a week now, just built up.
Everybody,
And I'm like-
everybody gets constipated like
Yeah.
their first week there.
Dude comes up and kicks the fucking door open, and the guys start laughing as they're standing at the sink shaving, which is like, this one's like the last stall, so like the line of sinks is right there. I fucking held that door open. I made eye contact, like, you wanted this.
Yeah.
You fucking get what you want, dude.
Yeah. We're going to enjoy this together now.
Yeah. So you guys are gonna watch this.
I told you my shitter story of the DI coming up and making the fucking Jason noises.
No.
It was the middle of the fucking night. It was probably like 2 or 3 in the fucking morning. It was like right before lights. And I'm taking a fucking shit in peace. And the one shitter, like, just middle of the night, dead quiet. Everybody's asleep. Nobody's awake except for Firewatch. And I'm just shitting in there, minding my business. And the kill hat comes walking up. I'll always fucking remember this dude, Sergeant Thompson. And he comes walking up, and I just hear, and he's just making those noises with like he's just making them to be a psychopath, and he's making them in the hallway outside the fucking head where I'm taking a shit, and then I just hear it getting closer and closer.
Hey, Sergeant, you got me clenching in here. It's gonna be longer.
And I'm like, and it's just like, and he goes, "What are you doing, gross?" And I'm like, "Oh fuck!"
Nothing. No, I just finished. Actually, thank you for that.
I was like, "This recruit is relieving himself." That's what I think I said.
In what way? In what way?
And then I
That
just
could
hear,
be taken so many
and
ways.
then I just hear, and then I hear,
Carry on.
"Carry on."
Carry on.
And then I just hear him start stepping back in big long footsteps, just going.
You're just having fun.
He's just goofing off,
Bro.
dude. It was fucking
We're going
wild.
on basics, so you got me on tangents. One time in basic, our instructor was like going through people's like clothing lockers, and you know, fucking throwing shit everywhere. And I'll never forget because I was like 4 lockers down, you know, standing there at attention as he's fucking just ripping through people's shit. And he grabs someone's like fucking whitey tighties that you had to wear in basic and grabs him and looks, and then there's a big old fucking shit stain right where his hand's at. He fucking screams. He's like, "Fucking someone give me hand sanitizer now!" Like 4 or 5 recruits ran up like fucking little balls of hand sanitizer that were in their pocket. He's like hand sanitizing his hands. He's like, "You guys are getting smoked. You guys are getting smoked for so fucking long." He's like, "And when the regulation says I can't smoke you anymore, we're pausing, and then I'm smoking you again." But I was I'm like, that's valid. We deserve that one. That guy needs to learn how to wipe his fucking ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, laundry crew didn't do their job either.
They never fucking did. But what do you expect from a bunch of 18-year-olds who've never done laundry before and just down there flirting with girls the whole time?
Laundry crew is crazy because like we were responsible for all of our own shit in boot camp. Like we were responsible for doing all of our fucking own laundry. Like we had our own little like mesh laundry bags that we would hang on our racks, and we would fill it up. We would do laundry like every other day.
So we had laundry bags that would tie to your rack, right? And then but we would take them off, and we had a laundry crew because like we only have so many washers for the squadron.
Yeah.
So it'd be delegated to like 4 dudes have to go through, wash everybody's shit,
Whitey tighties.
and then go through them again, put them in the right fucking laundry bags, and then deliver them back. But those guys, that was the chillest job because you literally sit down there on a weekend for like 4 or 5 hours.
And you're by the phones.
You're by the phone, so people just like fucking call home all the time. There's the MTIs would never come around, and then you got to interact with everyone else that was in the squadron, so they just fucking chop it up with the girls the whole time.
God damn. The only phone call we got to make the entire time was when we first got to boot camp, and you're sitting in front of a payphone.
That's because you guys don't know how to. That's because you guys can't dial the phone.
And it's literally like, "Hello, this is your son, X, Y, and Z. I have arrived at MCRD San Diego. I will be going through recruit training for the next 13 weeks. I love you. Goodbye." And then you hang up. That's the only phone call you get the entire fucking time.
I went around the holidays, so I had a bunch of phone calls.
Oh, man.
And then the bat infestation, like you have to read this word for word, and then after that,
Oh, yeah, the bat.
do whatever the fuck you want.
When you were talking about the bat infestation, it immediately reminded me of that message that we were forced to fucking say when we first
I had to read it, and then like you have 15 minutes. You have to call your parents and say this. After that, I don't care. So like I did it, and this is like right before we got out, and so I literally just had a phone call with my parents, just being like, "Hey, I am graduating next week. You can show up because." Worst thing is like your family show up and you get rolled back.
Yeah.
Right. So like I am graduating, come through. So I call them like I'm not infected by fucking rabies. I'm like, cool. And they're like, anything else? Is like, nah, love you. I'm gonna call my girlfriend now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. That was a lot of fucking tangents. We're gonna get back to Matt after a word from our sponsors.
Hell yeah. I was just gonna ask for a sponsor break.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to the sponsors.
Hell yeah.
Hey, this episode is brought to you by fucking us, dude. Sponsors drying up, dude. They don't want to sponsor us. They heard about Holden and the words he likes to use in his free time.
Yeah.
They don't want to give us money anymore. So it's sponsored by us. If you like the content, if you're listening to the podcast, if you're seeing the clips, if you like what we're doing, please hit the follow button, hit notifications, fucking comment something, make fun of me.
Fucking do something.
You guys aren't making fun of me enough, and Holden's getting really upset about it.
Make fun of him. Do something.
Something. But no, you guys are fucking killing it right now. We've been growing like crazy, and I appreciate all of you. But yeah, we're the sponsor.
Yeah, we're the sponsor this time.
Just stop saying racist things, and we'll have more sponsors, Holden.
Yeah, until we get more beverages.
Buy us beer.
Yeah, buy us beer.
All right, back to the podcast.
Yep.
All right, and we're back. We've been on so many fucking tangents. I love it. A lot of basic training talk.
Yeah.
One last basic training thing. How'd you like the gas chamber?
It honestly wasn't that bad.
I didn't think so either. Like guys were like crying. Like I get the snot running, but like people were like freaking the fuck out. But Holden likes to say that the Marine Corps, we burn like 40 tablets.
It's the same amount of tablets.
I don't remember how many tablets we do. I don't know. I just remember suits and boots. We had a guy that had an accent that did our mop gear training. Mm-hmm. He's like, level 2 is suits and boots. He said it like
it's just
that.
Confidence building, right? Like whether it's 1 tab or 100 tabs, it's just so that you know, like, hey, when you're wearing this, like you're good. When it's off, like it sucks.
This is what happens.
Yeah, we had one guy that just did. It was not good. His seal was broken from the get go.
Yeah,
he had no confidence. All right, so we're gonna fast forward a little bit, not too much. So you're in basic, you finish basic, and you're going to combat controller. You're going to the pipeline.
Yeah. So I had a guaranteed contract. I signed for 6 years because they saw me coming from a mile away, so I was a sucker.
Well, I mean, anything. I don't know if it was different back then, but Air Force Special Forces has to be a 6-year contract because you go through about 2 years of training, no matter what.
I had an option.
Really?
Yeah, it was either 4 or 6.
Damn.
6 guaranteed me rank.
Oh, they changed that for Special Forces. Even like my homie who's Special Forces weather, we have Special Forces weather where you're just a weather.
Yeah, dude, they got to jump in and then like go survey the weather before planes get there.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, my buddy, he went through he almost made it. He was like 3 weeks out from graduating, and they fucked him. Fucking almost 2 years down the drain. But he was Special Operations Weather, which you think that's fucking stupid. But he's like, no, like you go in, you have to survey the weather, and like you're working closely.
You're a meteorologist with an M4.
With an M4, you have
jump wings.
all the same training. Yeah, you'll jump in, and they usually attach them to SEALs and Rangers.
That's pretty cool.
Because you have to know what the fucking weather is for the op, and then beyond that, if you need air support, you need to make sure it's clear enough for the planes to get in and get where they need to. Like, you can't call in a fucking Apache if there's like fucking 50 mile per hour. If you're in the middle of a fucking haboob, you know, be able to. So like they're literally sitting in the back, like fucking tracking storms and shit like that in the middle of combat.
Cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty gay until he explained everything to me. I'm like, that actually is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So you're in the pipeline.
Yeah, so I got in. I literally went across the street from Lackland Air Force Base, San Antonio, to the Medina Annex, right across the literal highway. Got into a dorm and started meeting other people there, and there were already guys that were in the pipeline at various stages. But for all of us new recruits, we were going through the indoctrination course, right? The
Selection.
The Hell Week. And everything was going good. I had my schedule set up for my first 3 schools.
Okay.
I was slated to go to Fort Benning, Georgia for jump, and then I was going to go to Keesler for traffic, and then I forget what the third one was. I think it was SEER at that time for Washington. But I was young and dumb. Like, I didn't have the mental fortitude. Mm-hmm. And it's funny, like at dinner with my family, we do these cards that are talking points. Like, you pull a card and they'll ask you questions.
Okay.
And it's to generate conversation around the dinner table.
I like that.
Yeah. So it's like something me and my family do. And my kid pulled one day, and it was like, what is your biggest regret? And obviously my boys they're young in life. They don't really know what regret is or have regrets. So
yeah,
my wife is sharing hers, and then the boys are trying to come up with something, and then I share mine. And my biggest regret was I self-eliminated. I quit.
Oh shit.
And that was because I was 18. I was away from home, and all I saw was the long tunnel. And rather than take it task by task like I was doing during the actual training, where it was like we had a saying in our flight. It was just like, let's get through morning PT, and after that it was like, let's get to morning breakfast. After that it was, let's get through swim, because we were in the pool every day. We ran everywhere every day, so it was just constant smoke. And I was doing fine. Like, I wasn't in the head of the pack, but I definitely wasn't in the back of the pack. Like,
yeah.
So older me now, like, looking back, like, I say I don't have regrets, but like, that is truly like the one, because I always wonder, like, what if?
Yeah.
Right. And so, like, I shared that with my kids, and my oldest is fascinated with the military. Like, he loves all things military. He's got freaking kid multicam pants that he runs around.
Sick.
He has an old helmet that I cut into to convert to a high top with Ear Pro that he runs around with his Nerf gun. Like, he is all about it. Like,
Hell yeah.
and I keep telling him, I was like, dude, you're way smarter than I was at your age. Like, go to school, go back, be an officer, go fly stuff. Yeah. And so he's like building Lego planes, and that's what he flies around right now. I'm like,
be careful, he's gonna be a maintainer, dude.
no, I think even he would get annoyed by that. But yeah, so I told him, I was like, just like, if you're gonna do something, like, see it through.
Yeah.
Because there's gonna come a point in time that you're gonna look back and think, like, what if? Like, how far would I have gotten? Like, who knows? I could have gotten hurt. I could have died through training, right? There's a whole plethora of things that could have occurred. And unfortunately, I self-eliminated, and that's always been like,
it's like
my regret.
I think it's only like 20% make it through the selection, which is like the first block. Like, it's intense. And it's funny, did you get to choose your job when you got reclassed?
So they gave me options, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were like, hey, like, this was your ABAB score. Like, these are your areas that you would do well in based off of your performance on these tests. They're like, this is what the Air Force needs. Like, you can pick. I think I got to pick up to 5 options.
Okay.
And then, but it was at the mercy of the Air Force, right?
Yeah, of course.
Whatever.
Mystery 6 option that's not even on there.
Yeah. And so, like, fire protection was one of them. And a lot of guys that had washed out from pipelines for different pararescue, combat controls here, like, a lot of them went to either TAC P. They would roll into TAC P.
Really? Getting out of selection, they could still go TAC P?
Yeah, because it's a different pipeline.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
At the time, I don't know if it's changed.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Well, I just know because, like,
because the schools aren't the same.
That's fair, because it's a step down.
Yeah.
TAC Ps aren't going to like that. Because when I was rolling through, I came in open mechanical and then got CE structures, we got a bunch of guys that got rolled out of other pipelines, whether it's TACP, Combat Controller, Special Operations Weather. It's how I met my buddy. They didn't really get an option. It's like you're either going to be security forces or you're going to be structures. Like we got all the fucking rejects.
That was the number one job was security forces, and I was like,
no, thank
I was
you.
like, I don't want to fucking check ID cards at the gate and salute officers that come through. Like that sounds dumb as hell. Like,
And I feel like a lot of so a lot of the people that I went through tech school with got injured or failed out of the pipeline. So there's like a bunch of these like high speed dudes that just they couldn't make it, right? And whether it was like a physical thing, like some guys like, oh yeah, I just couldn't. I fucked up on pull ups once, so they instantly reclassed me.
Yep.
Other guys just couldn't pass tests that they were taking because after the pipeline, you have to like take written tests and like you gotta be fucking smart for that shit, and they get fucking rolled out. But a lot of them were fucking injuries, like rolled ankles. You roll an ankle,
yep, blown ACL,
you're
set
done.
you back.
Yeah, like my cousin was going for fear, and he fucked up his ankle, and so he was out for 2 weeks. And because he was out for those 2 weeks, they didn't let him go back in. They're like, "You're done." So he ended up being security forces.
See, that sucks because like we had guys that were in my group that had gotten hurt in NDOC, whether it was like climbing the ropes and falling and freaking busting their ankles, but they just rolled them back to the next class, like the next NDOC. So at least they got a second
Yeah, this was
go at it.
This is when Air Force didn't. This is 2013, 2014. It's where the Air Force was actively kicking people out because our numbers were too high.
Shit.
So you get reclassed and you end up with fire protection, which for the people at home is firefighter for the Air Force, which I have mad respect for because like I've seen them do like plane fires and shit like that, and like they're good at their job. They might just not always be doing their job.
Yes and no, depending on where you're at.
Yeah.
So I got reclassified into fire protection, which I was actually pretty jacked about because I'm like, hey, like
Still cool.
still get to do cool stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And
That's a sought after job in the Air Force.
and it's not turning wrenches. And so because I'd already been out and because I'd already hit my time frame, I was already in Airman First Class.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I was just kind of chilling. So I was in E3. And so it was weird. So, like, they sent me in a taxi to the airport. I flew to Medina, which is where the Department of Defense Fire Academy is.
In Medina?
Or not Medina, San Angelo, sorry.
Oh, okay.
San Angelo, Texas. Yeah, so saw another part of Texas that has absolutely nothing.
Hell yeah.
And but it was weird because like I didn't go there with anybody else.
Yeah.
So I'm like rolling through. Like I literally got to the gate in the taxi and they let me out right there. And I was like, the security forces guy's like, "What are you here for?" I'm like, "Here to start school." And the only two schools that are there was the Department of Defense Fire Academy and Linguist.
Oh.
And he looked at me. He's like, fire dog, and I was like, yeah, I'm not smart enough to speak other languages. Like, come on, man. like
Hell yeah.
like you're checking IDs. You can read a book by its cover.
Yeah.
And
Way to connect the dots. And
yeah.
stuff.
So he's like, oh, your dorms are over there. And I'm like, sick. So I got to walk like across the base carrying my bags.
Hell yeah.
And like I got to check in, and because it was the weekend, like they put me up in like billet, like housing with people that were TDY.
Oh, really?
So I was like hanging out with like dudes that were there for school for like advanced courses that were like already like they were already part of the real military, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm just here because I quit one thing and I'm trying this out this time. And so it was a weird experience. And then I finally got with my class and like got checked into the dorms and then started rolling through the fire academy. And honestly, that was Texas is wild. I got there and it was like 85 degrees, and then the next day there was snow on the ground. And I was like, this is fucking dumb.
Oh shit.
I was like, I don't have stuff for snow. And then I remember like sheltering in the hallways for tornado warnings. I'm like, this is
Oh fuck.
This is
wild.
not a real place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I went through the fire academy, and like you do all the basic stuff. Like you do structural firefighting, you do
How long's that school?
when I went through it was like 13 or 16 weeks.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Cuz you only like it's like anything, right? You just skim the surface. Like they kept it very basic. They're like, "Hey,
Dude, my tech school was like 6 months.
Yeah, no, they were like, "Are you dumb enough to go run into a burning building?" I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "All right, take the hose and put the water on." That's literally what they taught. They're like,
Yeah.
they're like, "Put the wet stuff on the hot stuff."
You're like, write this down. Fucking write this down.
And like, yeah, they'd be like, "This is testable. Water goes on fire." Like, okay, check.
Yeah.
I remember my A school initially is with the Army Corps of Engineers, and you have to take tests and stuff. And like in the first half, it's a lot of math because like there's formulas for like, okay, I have a concrete pad. This is how big the concrete pad is. This is how I need to figure out how much like concrete I need to like use to make this pad. There's like whole kinds of formulas, like stair math for like making a stair stringer. So much fucking math. And I'll never forget the instructors like, we cannot help you. And then our Army instructors go around to all the Army guys and be like, you sure it's gonna be C there? I'd read that question again. And then you look at it, he's like, B. Interesting choice, huh? And then you're like, A. And he's like, ugh, really? He's like, finally they go to like D, and he's like, yeah, it looks pretty good. And then just walk away.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yeah, like, what the fuck is going on?
And like that was the thing, like, so it was like Department of Defense, so it wasn't just Air Force. Like I had Navy dudes in my class.
Yeah.
I think I had some Army cats, and then obviously there was a bunch of us Air Force.
Yeah.
But like through our various blocks of training, whether it was structural firefighting, ARF, which is airport rescue firefighting,
ARF.
Yeah, ARF,
Hell yeah.
or like hazmat, things like that. Like we had different instructors from different branches, so it was like,
Well, that's kind of cool.
so it was like interesting to get their different takes. And like we had like Marine instructors, and they were not as laid back as the Air Force instructors. So like we got locked up a few times because we forgot our bearing. But yeah, so we were getting close to graduation. We've all made it through all of our practicals, and like we had to do our test out of the block that we were just in, right? And like you got 2 chances. Like if you failed,
You get rolled back a class.
if you failed, you get 24 hours to study to do a remedial, and if you fail that, I don't know what happened after that.
Oh, for us, it's like you got rolled back a class, and if you fail 2 tests, if you fail in like the second one, you get rolled back. Like
That's probably what happened. Like
you get sent to security forces or services.
like I'm not smart, but I'm also not like hard R. So like firefighting is pretty basic, right? Like
Yeah.
you put water on the fire and it goes out, and that like they kept it very basic. So I didn't have any issues there. But we were getting close to like graduation, and like dudes in my class are getting their assignments, and I just was like, okay, like I'll find out where I'm going. Like my wife now, then girlfriend, was like, have you heard anything? And I was like, nope, haven't heard nothing. My parents are asking, have you heard anything? I was like, nope, haven't heard nothing. And I remember I went to one of my instructors and I was like, hey, Sarge, like I don't know where I'm going. And he was like, okay, like set me up with a meeting with the first sergeant. And I remember walking in, and the first sergeant was like, all right, like you leave in 2 days. And I was like,
Oh, it's that fucking close to.
yeah, I was like
you've already graduated.
yeah, like we're about to get our fire badges like tomorrow.
Jesus.
And he was like, he's like, I've already cleaned out my dorm. Like,
Yeah.
like it's ready to go.
And you don't have orders yet?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know where I'm going, Sarge. And he's like, where do you want to go? I was like, what do you mean, where do I want to go? He's like, Airman First Class, where do you want to go? And I was just like, I feel like nobody else has this option. And so I wanted to be far enough away from home that I could grow up, because I was still doing a lot of growing up, but I wanted to be close enough that I can go back if there was an emergency.
Okay.
And I knew Luke Air Force Base had a pretty good fire department.
Yeah, they do.
With strong mutual aid. And if you're a firefighter, that's where you want to go. So I was like, I want to go to Luke Air Force Base. And I was like, if not Luke, then Davis Monthan, because I like A-10s. My TISM just goes through the roof.
It's a fucking tism for the A-10.
For the
Oh
A-10s.
my God.
Yeah. So yeah, graduated the next day. Shirt handed me papers. He was like, pack your stuff, you're going to Luke. And I was like, hell yeah, brother.
That's actually so dope.
Yeah, because nobody else has
I wish
that
I
story.
got that option. I wanted overseas so fucking bad. The whole class ahead of me all got like England, Japan, fucking Germany. Class after me, Japan. And then my class is like fucking New Mexico or South Dakota. Like, the fuck is this shit? And I was like, can one person just please get overseas in my class? Because no one in my class wanted overseas. And I was like, I'll take that shit up. They're like, yeah, we'll give it to you. None of us. And then like you can swap bases for the class above or after you. None of those guys wanted to switch. They're like, no, go fuck yourself. And I was like, I guess I will.
I'm going to South Dakota or New Mexico.
Yeah. Well, I thought SD was San Diego at first because I'm a fucking idiot.
I'm very glad that I got to go to Japan.
Yeah, fucking rub it in, dude.
Yeah, Japan was a good time.
So you get to go to Luke, and you've just been in Arizona ever since?
Yeah, the military never wanted to move me.
How long were you in once you're at Luke?
When I separated, it was just a little over 8 years.
Hell yeah. Any deployments under your belt while you were in?
3.
3? Where? Can you talk about them or no?
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Where to?
So my first one, like I was gung-ho out. So the thing about me is I volunteer for stuff.
Yeah.
My wife hates it.
So does my wife. My wife fucking hates it too.
I'll be the first one to be like, bing, hand up. Like, I wasn't that kid in school. Like I would be the one ducking, like trying to avoid the teacher. But like when it came to stuff, I was like, they're like, oh, who wants to go to rescue school for 4 weeks? And I was like, bing, I want to go rappel. They're like,
I thought you were gonna be like,
they're like,
the teacher's like, we need a strong man to move 8 chairs. And you're like, right fucking here, dude.
yeah, no, I was not that person. And they were like, we have a deployment tasking. Who wants to go? And I was like, bing, like threw my hand up. I didn't even know where it was at first.
Yeah.
And so like either like, all right, you're in. And I was like, hell yeah. Because like I had burned. So once you get to your base, right, like you are a basic firefighter. Like you are nothing but you weren't even a hose dragger. Like my job for the first like 6 months when I was at the base was taking the supply line off the back of the truck and connecting into the fire hydrant. That was it.
Going back and cleaning the gear for everybody.
No, because
really?
that's the thing. Like you don't mess with other people's stuff.
Oh, fair
Because
enough.
that's their life safety gear, right? So like you can mess with their rooms, you can mess with their food, you can you don't mess with cars in the parking lot, but like their turnouts, that stuff, like nah, you're responsible for that because that's your life safety gear.
Fair enough.
So I started burning through like all my licenses I needed for the like for the trucks, and started like going to classes and started getting stuff that was a little bit higher than what I needed initially, but I was just having a lot of fun. And so it got to a point they were like, hey, like we need people to go on this deployment. And I was like, I'll go. Like, don't even know where it is or how long. Like,
Yeah.
send me away. And I found out it's an Air Force deployment. It's to Qatar. And so I went to Qatar and I was mad. Like I was miserable because I'm like, I literally went from one desert to the other to do the exact same job and I could have been sleeping at home in my bed. Like,
Yeah.
but this was junior enlisted me, right? Like I didn't see the 30,000 foot level.
Yeah. I mean,
and I only saw like,
to be fair, I've always avoided Qatar. I've been everywhere else but Qatar because I was like, why the fuck would I go there again? Because like CE, you're doing the same job stateside as you are over there. It's like, yeah, I get tax-free money, but like I'm away from my family doing the same fucking bullshit.
yeah.
Like we all try to avoid it.
Yeah. So like I went there and like I made the most of it, obviously, because that's all you can do. Since you're reaching in there, I'll take one of those bad girls. I made the most of it. It wasn't a super long deployment, right? Air Force.
6 months?
It was like 4.5. Like we
4.5? What the fuck?
So firefighters, we were in a 4-month rotation at the time.
Oh shit.
Oh, not anymore.
Yeah, no. Well, so my second deployment was almost 7 months.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I was a little bit jaded, made money in the process though, but I went home and was greeted at Sky Harbor by my family and everybody, and I was just like, why? Like, don't do that. Like, that's not for me.
Yeah.
But I was happy to be home, went back to work, and life carried on. And then that was my first deployment was 2008. 2010 came around, and that was like Obama, right? Was it Obama in office yet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Obama. It's when he started doing the surge. So we started getting more people because he was really heavy into Afghanistan. And so we had a firefighter at Luke. Him and his wife had been trying to have a child. Unfortunately, they were unsuccessful a few times through miscarriages and stuff. Well, they found out she was pregnant, and everything was looking good, and he was tasked to deploy. He was going to go to Afghanistan. And so me being the guy that I was like, I'll take your spot.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll go. And
Why not me is the mentality that I always had.
yeah, and like to this day though, that was like Afghanistan was my funnest deployment because I got to do military. Like I got my military experience.
What base were you at?
So I'll get to that.
Oh, okay, my bad. I apologize.
But
Holden, shut the fuck up, dude.
I missed my wife's graduation from school,
Oh, fuck.
like from college.
Okay, good. I thank you for clarifying college. It's like,
Yeah.
please don't fucking say high school.
No,
'cause-
she went to college.
fuck.
She went to college out here. Like she followed me out here.
Okay.
We were
ASU?
yeah.
Hell yeah. That's where me and my wife graduated from.
Yeah, so she graduated from there, and I missed it, and like, I know she was super bummed about it. And that's something I can never give back.
Damn. You know what? I actually missed my wife's first graduation because of a deployment too.
Damn, we're both pieces of shit.
Yeah, but my wife also got 2 more degrees, so I went to one of them.
Some people are just overachievers.
yeah, dude.
She's like, you're going to one. I'm going to go back to
she
school.
had 2 masters by the age of 23.
Oh God.
Yeah, she's fucking smart as shit.
Yeah, that's
for
like
you.
my wife.
Yeah, sugar mama.
My sugar mama. Yeah.
But yeah, so I took his spot, and they were like, "Hey, you guys are going to Afghanistan, but before you go to Afghanistan, you need
Fuck
to go,
you.
you need to go do some combat training. So we're going to send you to Fort McCoy, Wisconsin, to go to the Army."
Wisconsin? Dude, they sent me to fucking Camp McGregor in New
They
Mexico.
sent me in February.
Oh, February,
was-
Wisconsin.
Yeah,
I feel
fucking
bad for
It
you.
was like negative
I
18
lived in
degrees
Wisconsin,
with the
yeah.
wind chill.
This-
They're
see-
like, "Hey, we're going to go on the firing line to learn how to use the 240 and the 50 cal." And I was just like, I can't touch the freaking action of this gun because it's frozen. Like, you want me to do what?
There's a reason they moved it to New Mexico. They're like, oh, I guess we should probably make it look like the environment you're going to.
Yeah, because we weren't deploying till the summer. So I'm like, I would have been better off staying in Arizona, going down to like Gila Bend and just shooting out there at the range.
Yeah, Gila Bend Range is fucking
was like-
kind of sick.
I was like, I'm literally slipping on black ice right now.
Is that technically CST?
Yeah.
Yeah,
CST.
is fun. But you guys back then, you guys probably didn't do sim rounds, did you?
Yeah, we did.
Oh hell
Yeah,
yeah!
we did
Hell
sim
yeah.
rounds through like the simulated convoy and then going through the simulated villages. And,
Fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
God forbid you hit a fucking cadre.
and that was the thing. I had just recently got promoted to staff, so I was an E5 now.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Fucking money.
So I was a staff. So they're like, so I went to CST and they're like, "Oh, you're a sergeant. Like, you're gonna lead this truck." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm a firefighter in the air." They're like, "Yeah, you're a firefighter." I'm like, "No, dude, not that type of fire. Like,
Give me a hose. I got you.
Well, I don't know about Wisconsin.
I'll get
It's
you so
freaking-
wet.
Oh yeah, find them hot, leave them wet. They say.
I do. Wait, can we take one quick tangent? So our CE squadron, we have the best fucking. I don't know what you call it. There are mottos, but they're unofficial mottos because our commanders hate them.
Yeah,
Okay.
So like the fire department is
find them hot, leave them wet.
structures is we screw, we nut, we bolt.
Yeah, yeah.
HVAC is probably my favorite. It's the harder you are, the faster we come.
Hell yeah.
And the plumbers is like we lay pipe. It's kind of gay.
Yeah.
Electrical is like we do it in the dark. I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
But those are unofficial. Like I have like challenge coins that have we screw, we nut, we bolt.
That's awesome.
But commanders fucking hate it when you recite those.
Oh yeah, I bet. They're
But-
all about by the book bullshit.
Yeah, didn't mean. But so yeah, you're going through like CST, getting ready for Afghanistan.
So yeah, so we came back and then we waited and then we flew out to Afghanistan and they're like, "Hey, pack a backpack. You're gonna use that as your 72-hour bag."
Ooh, fobbing.
And I was like, "Hell yeah!" They're like, "You're going to Mazar-e Sharif." I was like,
Okay.
"All right, what's that?" Because I'm a planner. I like to know what's going on.
Yeah, like, at least tell me what it is in English. You
And
know?
especially since now, like I'm a supervisor, like I felt like I needed.
Look out for your guys.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, it's a mortar base. You're up on a plateau. It's going to be a blackout landing. Like, you're just going there though until the contract firefighters come and backfill." Because at the time, firefighter was a necessity. It's just we weren't the necessity because military firefighters took away from boots on the ground for actual trigger pullers, right?
Yeah.
During the Afghanistan height. So they were phasing out a lot of firefighters and non-essential like personnel, trying to fill that with a civilian position so that you could have more combat-oriented people on the ground. And I was like, all right, cool. So we like loaded up all of our fire gear, we palletized it, got into Well, that was the other thing. Our plane got delayed for a week, so we got to hang out in Norfolk, Virginia for a week on the government's dime, just
Hell yeah.
raging our face off.
Been there.
Yeah.
Been there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so we fly into country, we go to Bagram, and then we switch over to C-130, and then they fly us into Mazar-i Sharif.
Fuck flying in a C-130, by the way.
Dude, at night too, like we're already half asleep. It's just us and the pilot.
Yeah.
But then like we're
Well,
flying.
It's got to be better than, like, I've flown during, like, we left early morning and I'm in a C-130 and, like, the sound's fucking loud. It's fucking 130 degrees in the fucking back. Like people are like,
it
yeah, you're.
It was cold for
us, it was like, ours was the summertime.
It was summer, but it was night when we flew.
Ours was. Ours was during
cooler.
the day, so it's like my face is like fucking beat red. I'm like trying to get some fucking sleep.
Yeah, no, and like we're flying, and like it's a blackout base, so like
Yeah.
even the plane's not flying with lights, like they're under nods.
You fucking land, it's just a bunch of red lights.
Well, that was the thing. We're sitting there, and all of a sudden you just hear, and you just see a huge glow on the side of the plane, and you could feel the fuselage getting hot. And I was like, the fucking plane's on fire.
Oh fuck.
And I was
I
like,
know what to do.
I was like, this is wild. We're on a plane that's on fire, and we don't even have water to put it out. Like this is how it goes.
Guys, start spitting.
So then the crew chief comes over and he was like, "Oh, sorry guys." We're like, "What happened?" He's like, "The pilot hit the wrong button." We're like, "What was that?" He was like, "Oh, it was chaffs and flares."
Yeah, I was gonna say. It
Like,
sounds
all right,
flares.
so we just burnt half of Afghanistan as the flares are going down. We're like,
Yeah,
it'll
fuck
work
it,
itself out.
Yeah. Fuck.
So
Get used to it.
so we land.
What's left to burn?
Yeah, it's just dirt at that point. So we landed in Mazar-i Sharif, and I remember like, because we were Air Force firefighters, they didn't give us fucking cool stuff to look at. So
Yeah.
we're like trying to get our eyes all adjusted, and we're like tripping as we're falling out.
They didn't greet you with red lights or nothing?
No, it was completely blacked out.
They're all in nods like, hey, fucking nerds, get off the plane.
They literally did. They like turned around on the runway, lowered the ramp, pushed the pallet out, and then took off down the runway again.
Hell yeah.
And then there was some dude in sweats, and he was like, "Hey guys, over here!" Like hit us with like a red light. Eventually, we're like, "All right." I was like, "This is where you guys. This is your hooch. This is where you guys are going." We're like, "All right, cool. Like, where's the station at?" He's like, "Oh, you guys aren't going." We're like, "What do you mean we're not going?" He's like, "Oh, the contractor's already here. They already packed up everything."
What
Oh
the fuck?
fuck.
We're like, "What did we come here for then?" So they're like, "I don't know." I was like, "Cool. Sounds about government." So we hung out there for 3 days.
Wait, you deployed with weapons, right?
Yeah, like we
Okay.
had weapons, but
Yeah.
like no nods. Like, dude, I had an M16 carry handle gang.
Yeah.
It was legit.
But full auto.
Yes, it did have the fun switch. And so like we hang out there for a few days, and then they're like, "All right, you guys are going back to Kandahar." We're like, "Okay." And then what? They're like, "I don't know. We'll figure it out." I'm like, this. I remember looking at my buddy. He was a tech sergeant at the time. I was like, "This deployment's really something." He's like, "It is what it is." And like,
Yeah.
I got so good at sleeping. Like our palletized bags never became unpalletized.
Really?
Oh yeah, like they stayed netted up with fire gear in our bag. Like we lived out of our 72-hour bag for 2.5 weeks
Jesus.
Damn.
because they were like, "All right, go to Kandahar." So we went to Kandahar, put us in the big shelters that was for like the transient troops that were either coming into country or going out.
Those fucking suck.
And yeah, I got to a point like we were in country now for this was like going on our second week, and Kandahar gets hit like every day. Like me and my buddy Koto Valadares, we had like the push-in ear pods, like we were watching a movie on my laptop or something, and like they're like, "Beep, calf is under rocket attack," and we're like, I ain't running to the shelter. Like if today's the day, like this is it. Like
Yeah.
we're in the middle of this movie, it's getting good.
Yeah. It's just,
Like-
hey, can we turn up the volume, please?
Like you could see people that were like rolling out of the bunk, like trying to find their helmet. I'm like, if Lord willing, if this is what's meant to be, then today's the day.
Did you guys have the top bunks with the fucking steel plates?
No, they were mattresses.
Okay.
This was early.
That's fair. That's fair.
So yeah, so like then we got under a ground attack with like a full on assault, so that was something. So we're like, yeah, maybe we should probably grab our guns and go to the bunker just in case.
Yeah.
We'll let the people.
We'll
do
keep
what they do.
watching the movie, though.
We did bring the laptop,
No, yeah.
essentials,
Fuck
and then
yeah.
like we get in there.
You get in there first things first. Let's establish a P corner.
Yeah, you established the P corner, like, hey, that way. But yeah, we were in there, and it was like my group of the firefighters, and then there a couple other people that just come in, and there was like these dudes in like Navy outfits. I was like, "What are you guys doing? You're
What do you mean Navy outfits? Like blue camis?
like the blue, like the blue silkies with like brown t-shirts." Like,
Okay.
I was like, "What are you guys doing?" They're like, we're CBs," and I'm like, hell yeah,
Hell yeah, dude. I love the CB.
I was like, "You guys can stay." Like, I thought you guys were gonna be weird.
yeah. You guys watch this movie? Yeah, come fucking over here, dude.
Yep.
P corners that way.
They had already. They're like peak corner over there. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, we could smell it.
So you're like Air Force equivalent of like a CB, right?
Yeah, we my tech school is actually on the CB base.
Oh,
in
cool.
Gulfport,
Okay.
Mississippi.
Yeah,
we
nice.
are the CBs are more specialized than us to like where if you're a masonry, like all you're doing is laying brick. If you're a welder, all you're doing is welding. If you're a drywaller, all you're doing is drywall. Versus me is like I'm doing masonry, drywall. Well, I do it all.
Okay.
So like the CBs are really good. Like they deploy with blueprints. Like what building do you want? And then they're gonna build that fucking building.
Yeah.
Me, I'm like, it's like HGTV is like, sit down with me real quick.
Let's design this.
What do you dream this building to look like? Oh, really?
awesome.
What's your budget? Yeah, we can make that work.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about the feng shui.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
feng
Where
shui.
are you picturing the waterfall at? You know what I mean?
Let's get the natural
the palm
lighting,
trees.
north and south exposure.
But I heavy bias. I think structures like civil engineers in the Air Force are the best engineers in the military. Just because of the training we get and what we can do, we're not as specialized. Whereas like if I deploy as a single dude to a FOB, cool, you need carpentry, masonry, anything like that, like I got you. Versus like some people or other engineers in different branches, like I can give you brick, I can weld, and that's it. Like we're a lot more versatile, which I like. But I have nothing but respect for the CBs. Like if I had to do it over again, I'd probably be a CB. Just because like stateside, like you're training for the job to deploy versus Air Force, like stateside, why we're so diverse is because like we're also maintaining our own bases. We're not contracting that out. It's like, oh, you need a whole office built. Okay.
Say less, fam. I got you.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it comes with like that aspect of preventative maintenance where it's like, oh, I have to go maintain all of these garage doors on base and these hangar doors. Cool. That cuts into our man hours, and the Air Force made it to where we get funding based on our preventative maintenance to where like 90% of your job is going through and doing maintenance. So it's like, but this doesn't help us when we deploy. How can me fucking WD-4ing a garage door benefit me when I'm fucking in Afghanistan, in Kuwait, right? Because you get to those locations and you're like, oh, cool, we have to renovate this whole DFAC. We got to get a flight line saw, which is a 10-foot in diameter saw, cutting out concrete pads to report concrete. But then you have guys who are like, I don't know how to do any of this because we contract it all out and I just do preventative maintenance. It's like, all right, fucking cool, dude. Well, you're going to learn today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the CBs show up.
Yeah, so like we hung out with them, and then either threats were neutralized or they ran away, like they often did, and got the all clear. And we went back, and then we were supposed to fly out the next day because they're like, "Hey, you guys are gonna go to FOB Shindan." I was like, "Where the hell is that at?" They're like, "Oh, it's that way." And I'm like, "Where is it by?" They're like, I was like, "What are we doing there? Like, what's my task?" And they're like, "Right now, it's just a helicopter base."
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know shit about helicopters. Like, I can cut into aircraft, like fixed wing aircraft, rotary air. Like, I don't know nothing about helicopters. I was like, "What kind of helicopters?" They're like, "Oh, Apaches." They're like, "It's an attack base."
Sick.
I'm like, "Sick." So there's going to be Hellfires just laying on the ground and hot refuelers for ticks for troops in contacts. I'm like, I was like, we're going to be living in our fire gear. Got it. And I was like, what do we buy? They're like, oh, like there's this base over here. And then like, but there's it's kind of close to Iran. I was like, that makes sense. Okay.
You should have led with that.
Yeah, okay. I was like, what are we doing? They're like, they're like, we need to stretch the runway and increase our water capabilities so that we can start landing fixed wings. I'm like, all right, so that's our mission. That's
Did you go out with like full CE squadron or no?
No, it was just us.
Okay. Who's stretching the runway?
There were Army guys there.
Okay.
So this is where I got the full military experience, right? Like I already got to hang out with CBs in our bunker.
Super dope.
Yeah. And then we were driving in the back of a Helix.
Hell yeah. I fucking love
We
driving.
were driving in the back of the Helix to go to the ramp to get on another C-130 to fly to Shindan, and all of a sudden we had a bunch of freaking rockets fly off, and they're like, all flights are grounded, go back. So we had to wait another night.
That's the military experience.
Yeah,
right
you're just
there.
like sitting in the back of the truck, and you're just like, you just see, and you're just like,
turn it around.
they're like, all right, we got to go. We're like, well, there's somebody is definitely not going to survive that.
Yeah.
And so we go back. Next day comes. We get on the plane. We finally fly off, and we land in Shindan. And we are met by 6 Army firefighters. They're like, "Sup, guys?" I was like, "What's up, man?" They're like, "You guys here to help us?" And I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Hell yeah." And I was like, "How long are you guys here for?" They're like, "Oh, we're on a 13-month rotation." I'm like, "That sucks."
That's Army for you. That's Army.
And so we're like, "All right, who's the chief?" Because obviously we're trying to. And they're like, "Yeah, we just kind of been winging it."
Ain't no chiefs here, baby.
I was like, "All right, so we're gonna have to change that." So we established like a fire chief, a battalion chief. They had their fire apparatus trucks. We had a couple P-19s. And then like for our military chain of command, I had a colonel in the Army, full bird colonel, who was the FOB commander.
Okay.
I had a Marine first sergeant as our first sergeant, and she was just she was a savage. She would come over and knife hand us, and I was like, what did I do? Like, I didn't even do anything over here. And then we had a master sergeant that flew out with us from Luke, who was now the acting fire chief, which was kind of sketchy because he was in prevention for most of his career.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so he was a good guy. We used him as the guinea pig for a lot of things while we were over there. But yeah, they're like, all right, make yourself comfortable. We're like, all right, like, where are we sleeping? They're like, oh, there's some tents out in the back. So I was like, hell yeah, we're getting the true experience.
I will tell you right now, this is going to be, I'm coming up on deployment number 4, and this is going to be my first deployment in like hardened shelters, besides my last one. But like anytime in the Middle East, I've always been intense.
All right, you're cooler than me. I get it.
No, it fucking sucks.
Dude, I loved it.
Did you guys have working AC?
No.
Yeah, it fucking sucks, dude.
No, dude, we'd get in there at night, have it all open up, and be nice and cool. And then like, then like you'd wake up because you're just sweating through your clothes. And you're just like, today's gonna be
I will
a
say
good
my
day.
first deployment though, like I just got put in a random tent with a bunch of like maintainers and shit like that. And we had one guy who was just so unfucking sanitary, it ruined everything for me. So it's like, not only does our AC not work, this dude has 15 piss bottles in his fucking little area of the tent.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. My second deployment in tents, it was all CE guys. So we had that place fucking hooked up nice. Day 1, our HVAC guy cleaned our whole unit, fucking did some maintenance on it. That bitch was blowing 60 degrees in the middle of the summertime in Kuwait.
We had like Vietnam era HVAC units with like a Vietnam era Army generator that none of us knew how to work.
Hell yeah.
Even the Army guys were like, I don't even know where that came from. We're like, what do you mean you don't know where it came? Because like the base, it was an Afghan national base. So it was an A&A base.
Were they even
Yes.
were they, well, your tents that you're staying in, were they even U.S. tents or were they Afghan tents?
They were U.S. They were old temper tents.
Old temper tents. I love an old dude, putting up temper tents.
Oh, they were
Easy
already
money.
up, so I didn't have to worry
I
about
know,
that.
but I'm just sorry. Structures. I'm going through tents because it's a big part of our job is setting up tents on fobs. Fuck, I'd love me a good temper tent. That's usually our DFACs, and then triple S's. You ever sleep in triple S?
The clam shelters?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, those ones are all. I can get one of them bitches up in less than an hour. A lot of practice to put up too many of those
I
tents.
hated putting up fucking tents.
Yes,
I hate it.
You guys fucking suck at it.
Especially the maintenance tents for like doing like all the mechanic shit.
Dude, the fucking Californian tents.
Those things were a pain in the fucking ass to put up.
If
bro,
you
'cause they're
know-
so fucking big.
But the problem is, if you know what you're doing, it still takes about 6 to 8 hours. If you know what you're doing, if you don't, you're like, it's gonna be a day.
Yeah, you got dudes climbing up like Spider-Man to fucking hang lights up and shit. Like
It's not OSHA approved.
Yeah,
Nothing here is.
There ain't nothing OSHA about that kind of shit.
So you guys have like old Army generators, which I will say, I've deployed with those. They make really good grills. You can gut those, and because they raise up and stuff, you can make a really nice grill out of it.
So yeah, so we never figured out, like, we'd get him running like one day and then it'd be like cool in the tent. And at the time it was just me and Kodo. Like, we built rooms in there, and because they were building up the FOB to become an air base is what the ultimate goal was. So the fire department had its own compound, and then there was another compound for the Army guys with like the DFAC, and then the Italians had a compound which had amazing pizza. So we'd go over, hit up their DFAC, and then you had the bazaar.
Yeah,
you'd have the bazaar where you'd go there, and there was always one guy. He could get you whatever you wanted. He's like, my friend,
special deal for you, my friend.
For you. Just for
you, my friend.
We would
Special
torch
deal.
fire department, so we'd had Xboxes, and we would torch the power converters. And we're like, hey, he's like, my friend, I get no problem. Be here tomorrow. You're just like, how much? He's like, it'll be here. Just
they didn't say happy back in the day.
Yeah, Man Love Thursday was the thing.
Oh, dude, literally. So I had a phone call on the way here with a guest that's going to be on the next episode, hopefully. I was talking to Morgan. And I was talking to him about my time in Jersey, because when we brought over all the Afghan refugees, after we pulled out, I got deployed with like a week's notice to New Jersey, to the camp where we were keeping them, just to like maintain it and stuff like that. And we literally brought up Man Love Thursday. We were just talking about, people don't fucking understand a lot of this shit. And I was like, oh yeah. And like Thursday, you got dudes just fucking each other out in like public.
Oh yeah,
you just see two dudes like holding hands. It's called Man Love Thursday because you go to mosque.
They would shower and they'd wear their gowns. They'd wear dark black eyeliner.
Yep.
They'd hold hands with fingernails. And we'd always have our master sergeant. We always had one guy to come over and he'd always shake his hands and then he'd rub his hand afterwards. Yeah. And we're like, careful, Sarge, he's going to steal you.
Yeah. It's Man Love Thursday because on Friday they have their religious service where they're forgiven for their sins. So Thursday is for the fucking boys, dude. It's for the boys.
Don't worry, we're going to incorporate Man Love Thursday here.
But yeah, we literally were talking about Man Love Thursday. The time before I came here, we were like Man Love Thursday. He's like, oh yeah, fucking Man Love Thursday. He's like, when I talk to people about it, no one fucking believes me. And I was like, yeah, we've seen it.
Oh yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah, you just like, I remember being in Jersey and I just like walking around doing going to a job in a dorm room. I'm just cutting a corner and just two dudes just fucking hardcore making out. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna walk the other way now.
Yeah, but I went in during Don't Ask, Don't Tell, so it was just like, we're just gonna keep on moving.
Whatever, man. Yeah. Love is love. You guys do what you got to do.
Yeah, but so we were hanging out, and then we started getting more guys in. And my good buddy Cota Valadares, he's Puerto Rican.
Okay.
But after a day of no shaving, he looks like a local.
Oh shit.
He is very dark skinned and he could grow a beard like that. And so we had already been in country now for like a month and a half, and we already built up DFPs around our compound and got structures situated with like chain of command and responses, and started actually getting into a flow. And they're like, hey, you guys are getting some National Guard guys in. We're like, all right, cool.
Okay.
And we're like, all right. So they like get in, and Kodo had just come back from the bazaar, and he had bought a traditional gown, and he had bought a rug. Yeah. He had bought an Afghanistan rug that has like tanks and RPGs.
Oh, okay. See, I wasn't sure if you were going prayer rug or war rug with it.
Yeah, you know? War rug.
Hell
and
yeah.
So us, with our boredom, the 6 original guys that had come from Luke and the 6 Army guys that were there, were like, hey, let's fuck with these guys. And they're like, what do you mean? They're like, when these guys come in, we'll have them stow their gear, go get their space. And by then, me and Kodo had moved into the main bay where the trucks were parked. We had started doing some Bob the Builder stuff in there, and started making room. So me and Kodo had a room together with bunk beds and stuff. And then like the tech sergeant, he had his own room, and then some of the Army cats had their rooms in there. And then we had backed the trucks in there. And then the Army had like the 50 cal and all that stuff stored over there.
So you ever put it on the truck?
The Humvee, yeah.
Oh,
That was our battalion chief car that they'd roll around.
I
in.
thought it'd be really cool on the fire truck.
We had turrets. We just spray people.
It's fucking lifting up the cherry pickers with the 50 cal.
That'd be sick.
I always have the high ground motherfuckers.
Yep.
Why don't we do that? That's actually someone patent that. That's a good idea.
Great idea.
But so these guys get in and they're like getting unwind and they're like putting their stuff away, and we all come rushing in and like we're kitted up, vest, guns. We're like, hey, did you guys hear? Did you guys hear the latest OPSEC? They're like, what? We're like, dude, there's a known terrorist running around on the base right now. And they're like, what? I was like, this is what he looks like. He comes around trying to sell you stuff. Don't buy from him. He's a bomb maker. We thought this was genius.
Dude.
And so
this has got trouble written.
Do they have access to their weapons at this point? Just for some context.
Yeah.
Okay, go on. How could this go wrong?
And like we were on a fob, so they were all loaded and like ready to go, right?
Yeah.
And so like some of the guys were getting into rooms and stuff, and like Coda would barge in, and he'd be like, my friend, I got a nice rug. You buy. Special deal for you, my friend. And they'd be like. And, like, he would, like, cut them off from their rifles where they were, like, staging them.
At least he did that. Okay.
And they'd be like, and he's like, you don't want to buy, my friend? Okay, I'll be back. And he would, like, say it like that.
Oh,
and then he'd slam the door. And they'd come out with their guns like, hey, that guy you saw. Like, we saw him. We're like, where did you see him? Like, he was in our room. We're like, what the? He's a known bomb maker, and he's inside our compound.
Oh, fuck.
So this is great.
So this goes on. This goes on. Like
I'm
there's
getting anxiety hearing this.
This is great.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, continue.
Yeah, it ends really classic. So like he's still going around, and like we have them like we're like get up in the DFPs. Like so they're like starting to forward point our compound. The Marine First Sergeant's probably looking at us like, what are these guys doing? The Army Colonel was like, I don't fucking care. Like, he's like, I'm so close to retirement, I don't care.
Yeah.
So he kicks in like we had like our latrine, right, our bathroom, and it was a traditional like Afghan bathroom, so hole in the ground for both shitter and shower, and like one of the guys was like showering for his long flight, I guess, I don't know, and so Coda like opens up the curtain and goes, my friend, you buy, and like you just hear as this guy is screaming inside the shower trying to cover his junk, and we're just like, oh yeah. So finally, like, they're all up in arms. And the reason we did this is because one of the guys had left his rifle unattended. So that should have been the context.
Oh, one of the National Guard?
Yeah, one of the National Guards left his rifle unattended. So we were like,
fair enough.
Hey, like,
yeah, you get it.
You need to understand, like, anybody can come through here.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we have the host nation here, but not all of them are truly vetted.
We're going to risk our buddy's life to give you a life lesson.
Yeah. For sure. And like the best part was it was his idea, and I was just like, hell yeah, this sounds like a great plan. Promote a front of peers.
I don't have to shave for a couple days.
We weren't doing that to begin with.
Fair enough.
And so finally, like we're like, hey, Coda was like inside the bay, and he was sitting on the rug, holding like the front, like Aladdin. And so we call them all in.
I can show you.
Yeah, we call them all in, and he starts singing. I can show. Like he's singing the song.
That's awesome.
And we're like, hey, everybody, this is Coda Valadares. Don't shoot him. He is one of us. He's a firefighter. He's a great guy. Like he'll do anything for you. Don't leave your gun unattended the next time.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, yes, Sarge. Like okay.
Yep.
Like
that's good. Yeah.
It was great.
That's a great way to end it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was afraid, like, are we gonna hear about a fucking murder?
Yeah.
This is a Pat Tillman situation.
No, it was good, but like I said, Afghanistan was my military. That's what I wanted from the military, right? Like I wanted to deploy to a combat location. I never discharged my weapon there, but I got to do a lot of things, right? Like we got to do gate guard duty at the main ECP, and I remember me and Kodo, we volunteered one night to do it, and I remember the specialist was handing me the radio to the talk, and I was like, hey, like, what are ROEs? Like, what standoff did... Like, I was asking the questions in case something happened, and he looked at me, he's like, you're a staff sergeant, you got it. Like, hit me on the shoulder and was like, I'm out. And I was like... okay.
Fucking weapons free, boys. Weapons free. You heard him.
Yeah, there was like,
Damn.
they're like, they gave us a 50 up there. There was a 240, and then whatever we brought up, I was like, hell yeah. And then we had our host nation down there.
Dibs on the 50.
Yeah, and all they were like, oh, hashish, you got hashish. We're like, no, we don't have weed. Like, go away.
Yeah.
Shoo, fly, shoo. And so like,
It's not Thursday, dude. Relax.
yeah, and like so
Man, love Thursday.
so I remember like
Make that a shirt.
Hell yeah.
we were sitting up there and just you see the kids throwing rocks. You see all of like the things that you see in pictures, right?
Yeah.
And you're just like, wow, this is actually pretty freaking boring.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it with my best bud, so it's pretty freaking rad.
Yeah.
And
My friend.
yeah, he was my friend, and I remember there was a semi truck coming, and like they obviously had the cement barricade for the T-wall. Oh yeah, and he's coming through, and I remember radioing to talk, and I'm like, hey, we have a semi coming. Gate ECP's closed though. Like, what do we do? And this was right after Ramadan, so now like the fighting season is kicking off.
Yep.
And I was just like, they were like, what's he doing? I'm like, he's driving an 18-wheeler towards the gate. And they're like, don't let him breach. And that was it. And I was just like,
Fair enough. Party
Sick.
on, Wayne.
so I was like, sick. So I remember he kept
Look over at my friend. Special deal for you.
he kept coming. Like he was like going through the serpentine of the wall, the
In an
barriers.
18-wheeler?
Oh yeah, like
Oh,
a
shit.
champ, like
Hell
a
yeah.
man on a mission. I remember looking at Kodo and I was like, Kodo, grab that 50, rack it, and pick a spot in the sand. He goes past it. I was like, I want you to do a burst through the engine block. And he was like, serious? I was like, yep. I am telling you as your supervisor. Like, I'll deal with it.
Yeah.
And I remember because you obviously have it pointed out because we had gun trucks go out already for a convoy for stuff. So you have it pointed out so you're not flagging your gun trucks going out right on convoy.
Yeah.
And so he grabbed that thing and he pulled it and he freaking pulled it up into action.
Biggest smile you've probably ever seen in your life.
Oh, I'm dead. Like I'm laser focused on this guy, like behind the 240 just in case all hell's about to break loose.
You're on the 240?
Yeah, like holding the radio. I look like the supervisor. Like I'm holding the radio, like watching. I'm like, this is about to go down. This is where it goes. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, we're either going to prison or we're getting Air Force combat action medals right now.
Maybe both. Maybe both.
Could be both.
Yeah.
It's like high score is high score. And I just remember he lowered that barrel down and you could see the white in this guy's eyes. He stopped and he backed up that mother effer like a champ.
He's just fucking hand over the backseat, looking backwards, fucking
just-
whipping it.
Like there's people that can't even drive a regular pickup through that, and he was doing it with a tractor trailer because he
shit.
knew just how close his life was about to end.
Yeah.
And I remember like Kodo like took it out of battery and like just was like he was like I was about to fire, and I was like, well, I think we got the point across.
Yeah.
And so like for the rest of the night, that's all. Like we just sat there and we're like, we actually came close to like actually shooting something.
Yeah.
Who was just lack of communication, like didn't know any better. Like we have hours of operation, the gates closed, like
Yeah.
fuck off.
Yeah.
That's how it goes, dude.
Yeah, so it was wild. And then like we get relieved. They're like, oh, you have anything to report? I was like, no.
No.
They're like, all right, cool.
Pretty normal
Yeah,
Thursday, actually.
Pretty standard
man.
Afghanistan night.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we punch out and we go back, and I remember he's like I almost shot the 50 cal. I was like, would have been so awesome.
It's so fucking cool,
50
dude.
cal was always my favorite,
50.
dude.
I prefer the M240.
The 240 is good for the versatility, but the fucking 50.
Fucking, you know who was surgical with the M240? It's TJ.
Yeah.
You remember at TJ Desert Warship? Dude, he showed me some of his targets when he was the M240 gunner. Fucking 300 yards, surgical.
Yeah.
I was like, I wasn't that fucking guy. I could hit a target at 300 yards, but not like him, dude.
Yeah, you can get accurate with
Those
those
groupings
things.
were fucking tight.
Dude, I went through combat skills training, was just like accuracy by volume. Like this is taxpayer funded. I don't care.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I want to hit the target, but after that, I want to have fun.
I just remember, like, in my head during that scenario, I just remembered, like, the Army guy telling us, like, hey, just remember when you're shooting the 50, just say, yum, yum, get some, and then release. Yum, yum, get some, so you don't melt the barrels.
That's so sick.
See, for the Marine Corps, ours was die, motherfucker, die, get some release. So
Ours is just like,
it would be die, motherfucker, die, get some. Die, motherfucker, die, get some. And then it would
see,
just
when
be
I
like,
went through and shot
yeah.
the 50, they're just like, just fucking have at her.
Yeah.
We'll swap barrels.
Yeah, the Army is like, Hey, this is probably the only time you're going to shoot a 50. Just have fun.
We'd do like the ammo dump ranges where we'd practice like talking guns. So like, did you guys ever do talking guns?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always fucking good time. So you'd fucking start for Cooter or for people at home. Talking guns is basically just like one guy is shooting, and as immediately as he's done shooting, another guy is picking up the volume of shooting and shooting at the same
I think
time.
that happened somewhere.
Yeah. So, but it was a good time.
Hell yeah. So Afghanistan happens. You have another deployment after that.
Yeah, so we finish Afghanistan, come back home, 2012. I'm gearing up for testing for tech.
Hardest fucking test in the Air Force.
Yep. So E6, I'm already doing the job of a tech, running the station captain duties of the fire department at Luke. So I'm already supervising my 3 direct airmen, but then I'm overseeing the other 23 firefighters we had between the 2 different stations at the time, and manning schedules and all that stuff. And so they're like, hey, we have a deployment coming up. So again, I was like, I'll go. And this time it was to Doha, so Al Udeid area. And
it wasn't at the base, it's just Doha.
Yeah, like Doha.
Okay.
Or Al Udeid, whatever. Over in that general area of non-conflict.
Yeah. Until recently.
Yeah, until recently. So I went over there and I had a different perspective this time.
Okay.
Right? Because I had come from Afghanistan before, where I got to work with the Army, and I got to do ECP stuff. I got to listen to radio of troops in contact and watch helicopters take off to go give them support. I got to do convoys and things like that to bring assets in to increase our capabilities. So I got the bigger picture now, and I'm a little bit older, a little bit more mature. Like I said, I'm gearing up to test for promotion again. And so I got tasked with some guys over there that they were my first deployment.
Yeah.
They were like, this is fucking dumb. They're like, this is dumb, Sarge. And I was like, hey, I said, without us here manning that flight line, those B-1s, those 22s, those gunships can't take off to go help the guys that are downrange screaming tick for troops in contact.
Yeah.
I said, so you might think you're not doing anything now. I said, but those dudes that are getting pinned down, that are just waiting for hate from above, from the freaking Air Force, they are super appreciative that you're here. And like, you need to understand that. And I was like, because those planes don't leave unless we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
And then they got that experience because we had a B-1 freaking crash on the runway.
Do you know what base it was from?
No.
Damn. So the B-1s only come from 2 bases.
No, I'm sure they do.
Come from, I think it's common knowledge, but one of them is Ellsworth Air Force Base. That was my base.
Yeah, so we had one. It came back from a sortie, and it landed and veered off the runway and had hydraulic failure and caught fire.
Fuck.
And I remember...
Did the retention system work at least?
Well, that was the thing. I remember the tower, the fire chief, who was a senior master sergeant, so in E8, he was like, because you have to ask for permission to go on the runway, right? For like, because you're still following regular airport traffic.
Yeah.
And the traffic controller up there was like, sir, the airfield is yours. He's like, we've diverted all flights, which has never happened at that base.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Because it's a huge hub. That's where people are coming in before they go
It's the
somewhere
biggest
else.
base in the whole Middle East.
Yeah. And they were like, you have the runway. And I was off shift, and you could see the explosion. Like, you could hear it, and you could just see the fireball in the sky. And we're like, get in the van, everybody, we're going. It's going to be an all call. And that was the thing. So we're listening to the radio on the way in, and the chief is asking, like, what's the dim count? And for those of you listening, a dim is a dead, injured, or missing. That's what you're asking for. And they were like, 004. So the crew is 4.
4 missing.
Yeah, so we didn't know where they were.
Oh, fuck.
We're like, and we're like, all right, what's the manifest? Because they still have to fly with a manifest.
Yeah.
And they're like, they left with 20, came back with 16. We're like, okay, what are those 16? They're like, 8 or 500 pounders. And then all you just see, it start to detonate. You're just like, oh, this is legit.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. So eventually, like, you don't fight that fire. Like,
You gotta wait.
so yeah, so
That puts everybody at risk.
so luckily, like, the crew was able to get out.
What year was this?
12.
12. Okay.
Yeah, so the crew was able to get out, and that fire burned for like 18 hours before we could go in, because we were just counting bombs going off at our own base. We were like, this is sick.
Yeah, so you were just like, you had the manifest and was like, okay, we're listening for fucking 16 popping off. And you're just like, fuck, counting them off one at a time. Damn.
Makes for a sick video.
Fuck, no doubt.
Yeah, some videos of that.
Maybe.
Hell yeah.
That was before iPhones were around, so
little
everything's a little
camcorder.
bit blurry.
It's a vibe now.
like-
Those vintage vibes coming
Like
back.
20, 30 years from now, when we all start like getting old and we just don't give a shit and start posting all the old videos to the internet, there's going to be so much shit coming out.
Dudes are slowly starting to do that now, and it's a fucking vibe and a half.
Yeah.
Well, the generation's like, wait, you guys did that? We're like, yeah, we were in it for 20 years.
Yeah.
We were about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2012, we did that, and other than that, like, it was pretty standard. Like, you'd had your aircraft emergencies, and you'd go out and deal with it. You'd have,
When I was in Dafra, we used to pull the fire alarms to just give the fire department something to do.
yeah, your dick.
Yeah.
Don't worry, there
Or
were some dormitories like we would slow respond to, because we knew half the time we were just getting fucked with.
Sometimes there's like drywall dust was setting off our fire
Yeah,
alarms.
it would be sand. The sand from like you opening the door during a dust storm.
And then fire department would kick in the door like, you need to get out of this building now. I'm like, fuck you. I gotta finish setting this goddamn drywall, motherfucker. I'm trying to go home.
Yeah. So like that deployment gave me.
I love fire dogs though. They're some of my favorite fucking people.
Dude, it's like the like doom scrolling, right? Like you doom scroll on your phone and you're looking at stuff and you're like, I miss the monkeys, not the circus type mindset, right? Like I've told dudes that have thought about going in now, I'm like, take pictures.
Yeah, you got to.
Because I didn't have the technology that we have now when I went in. I was like, because now we have a small computer in our pocket everywhere we go, right? And like that wasn't a thing. Like we had flip phones and stuff. Like the first iPhone, I think, was like starting to come out, and like so I don't have as many pictures. Like I'm thankful that there was one guy with us when we deployed to Afghanistan, Sean Vaneski, who I actually ran into not too long ago. He was getting big into photography, and so he had a camera and he just captured everything.
That's awesome.
And so like I have some very great photos of just because of that. But like I tell dudes, I'm like, take photos because you're gonna miss those dudes. You're gonna miss the moments. The shit sucks.
Yeah.
The times are questionable, but the people you're with is like that's what makes
That's
it
what
good.
it's about. My first 2 deployments, I barely took any pictures. I maybe have 30 pictures between 2 deployments. And then
But hundreds of stories.
hundreds of stories. Last deployment, don't really have any pictures unless we weren't on base because like strict rules. You cannot take photos on base. You take a photo on base and you get caught. That's Article 15. They briefed us day one.
Yep.
Because Afghan refugees, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
This deployment coming up, nothing but pictures. Like me being a tech sergeant now, I'm telling my guys like when they head up the door, I'm like, take all the fucking pictures. I had a smartphone, first and second deployment, just never took pictures, and I fucking regret it.
Yep. Yeah, same with me. I wish I'd taken a lot more pictures. There's a lot of
Even active side, you know what I mean?
homies not around anymore that I wish I'd taken pictures with.
And luckily, like my one big homie that I lost, we lived together between trainings, deployments. When we got back, over a year, I had maybe 5 pictures of him on my phone.
Yeah.
And I look back at him all the time. I just hit the anniversary of him passing a couple weeks ago, and it was tough. But one of my favorite pictures I have of him, it's fucked up. He had an outer rigs mustache, suit, like porn stash style.
Hell yeah.
And we went to a defact, and both our mustaches are outer rigs, but mine's blonde. It's not a big deal. His fucking black, dude, midnight jet black porn stash. And we're in the flight line defects. It's a bunch of pilots, and they got like the Hulk Hogan. They're all outer rigs. And this Master Sergeant female walks by us, and then she stops and backtracks.
Of course
She's
she
like,
does.
"Can I sit here?" And we're like, "Fuck." And it's like me, my buddy, and somebody else, and then the rest of our shop is like a table across from us,
Laughing at
and
you
it's,
guys.
yeah, it's all it's all our leaderships who just laughing their asses off. And she sits down. She's like, "Hey, real quick, did you guys know that you're a part of the world's greatest Air Force?" And we're like, "Yes, ma'am." "Oh, really? Then you need to start looking like it. Like your mustaches are out of regs." I literally trim mine the day before. It's still out of regs. Like, I like to be able to twirl it, like kind of like Cooter. I like to be able to twirl my mustache. His was clearly out of regs.
It's just dumb because there's so many other things going on.
Right, dude. And as she's talking to us off, she's again are walking by with like the full Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, you're like, why don't you go tell that to that major?
Yeah, I'm like, hey, it's rank up, rank down, bitch. And she gets done, and she's like, all right, really good talk. And she tries to fist bump us, and we both just like look at her fist the whole time. And she finally walks away. So our captain was like, you guys just please. Like, I don't want to hear any shit about it. Can you please just take care of it? And we're like, all right, Captain. Like, we fuck with you. We got you. So I remember, like, I was at lunch. So we go back. He's like, I ain't fucking waiting. She told me to shave. I'm gonna fucking shave it during my shift. So we're renovating a defact. He goes to the dorms across the way, and he goes in the bathroom, and he's shaving it. And he shaves it into a fucking Hitler stash, and he takes pictures and sends it to him like, please keep it. That's in regs, dude. Let's go back to the defact right fucking now.
Technically still in regs.
Yeah, he didn't keep it, but I never
Just
forget.
not past the lines.
He's got like the fucking black comb over the Hitler stash. I'm like, your last name is Gonzalez, but this ain't a good look for you, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, listen, I had like 5 pictures of him, and that's one of them. And when he passed, his dad hit me up. He's like, hey, can you send me any pictures you have of Gonzalez? And I sent him that one too. And he's like, that's my fucking favorite.
Because that's the authentic one, right? Like,
Yeah, it's just him he's being a silly little goose.
Yeah.
Like, I have pictures with some of my buddies after this military and stuff, and like, those are good, and like, those are the pictures I like to show people.
Yeah.
Because it's like, hey, like, this is the genuine person, but let me tell you the funny stories about it.
Yeah. I have one picture of one of my buddies. His name is Sandova. We fucking called him Steve Irwin. This dude was a fucking animal whisperer, dude.
He was the guy freaking getting mascots that you weren't supposed to have, huh?
Yeah. When I was with him, it was cats.
Oh,
Dude,
nice.
the
'cause they're
cats
everywhere
love
in the
him.
Middle East.
Yeah, dude. But he
Throw down a can of tuna.
He'd have one on his fucking shoulder
Like a
walking
parrot.
around. But a couple of years back, he was in Jabber in Kuwait, and that's the base I reopened in 2015. I reopened that base. That base has been closed down and reopened so many times. It's mainly a Marine base. That's where they got all their Ospreys and shit back in the day. It's closed now. I was there to reopen it, and he was there to close it. And my name tag was still on the wall when we reopened that base and shit. So he got it and he mailed it to me. It's super cool.
Nice.
But they had big old lizards there. We called them dub-dubs in Kuwait. Fucking, I'll show you pictures later. They're fat fucking lizards, dude. Like round. And you pour a little bit of cold water on their neck and they freeze up because they can't handle the cold like that. And you like pick them up and shit. So we like have welding gloves and we fucking pick them up. There's one guy that made a leash. He had like some fucking some cable that he made into a leash and he'd like walking around base.
That's hilarious.
And so he sent me pictures of like, the dub-dubs all the time. He had a fucking cat living in his dorm and would come up and scratch the door and he'd let it in. They'd hang out. And then one day, dude, I get a video of the structure shop that I know very well. And there's a fucking jackal in the shop.
Oh, shit.
Little dog and wild dog thing. I'm like, what the fuck? And he sends me videos of the jackal coming up. And he's like petting the jackal and feeding it and shit. And I was like, how the fuck did you find that? And he's like, animals just find me.
That's fucking awesome.
Same deployment though. They had traps all over the base for the stray cats. And I used to, our animology, because we have animology in CE, it's like their pest control, they fucking hated me. They fucking despised me.
You were the Humane Society abroad.
I set all the cats free because in my tent there was a rat one time. I don't fuck with rodents like that. So I was like, nah, I'm fucking saving these cats. I'm saving these kittens. Like, fucking no matter what. But I remember one day I was walking by one of these traps, dude, and there's a fucking hedgehog in it.
Oh shit!
And I was like, what the fuck's a hedgehog doing in the Middle East? Never once thinking that maybe this is where hedgehogs just fucking naturally live. It is. They live in the Middle East. And I was like,
shit.
the more you know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The more you
pretty
know.
The more you know. Fucking fun facts with Vandal. Fucking sexy animals according to Cooter.
Sexy animals. That was fucking hilarious. I
Yeah.
can't wait for that episode to drop.
Fucking
Jeopardy. Episode.
We had a whole category, sexy animals.
Yeah, it was animal sex facts.
What was that? No, they fucking
No,
they
they
don't have.
don't.
Cooter's trying to say hedgehogs have 7 penises.
No, they don't.
The fact that you just spit that out like on the fly and now you're double checking is astonishing.
Thank you for calling him out on that.
Like, I'm not mad. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned. So,
He's Googling it.
why'd you end up getting one penis? It says one penis. Where'd you get 7 from? No, look up platypus, dude. I don't believe platypus have
Platypus. What animal? Just look up what animal has 7 peni.
fucking none of them.
A pull.
A Polaroid? The fuck?
I don't.
It's
I can't spell
P-
either.
I have a Polaroid that has 7
L-A-T-Y.
penises on it, but that's from a
That's what spell check
deployment.
is for.
A polypus?
All right, now we're just.
What the fuck?
Is Greek for foot? Sex foot? What?
It's polypus octopus.
Hey, that's your computer.
Oh, he's got it in all
It's-
caps. He's angry now.
It's my computer, actually.
So when he starts typing, we're gonna see what you've been searching lately.
A10 compilations.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'd be cranking it to.
No animal has 7 penises.
It's AI. You can't believe Skynet.
No animals have 7 penises, Cooter.
The echidna has a
no,
4-tipped penis.
Now this is on my computer. Fuck you, Cooter. The echidna
I
is
hope he
basically
saves it as your background
a
right
hedgehog.
It can't be worse than the Jeopardy episode.
It can't. It's not worse than the Jeopardy episode.
Jeopardy episode was too great.
Fucking. He's fact checking ChatGPT for animal sex
This
facts.
guy is so wants an animal to have 7 penises.
I'm on so many fucking watch lists now. Why'd you end up getting off active duty?
So I re-enlisted in 2010. My contract was coming to an end, and I started applying for various fire departments around the valley.
Okay.
And that was during the recession. Nobody was hiring. Everything was on a pause. It was great for me because I bought my first house in 2010 right before I deployed, and I practically stole it for
Hell
how
yeah.
cheap it was. Like, I can't even, like, people don't understand. Like, I bought my first house for $100,000. Like, it
Oh,
was so dumb. So dumb.
Yeah.
And at the time, like, 2010 me was like, how am I going to pay for this? And, like, looking back now, I'm like, I'm so, like, that's...
Why did I ever move?
Yeah, like my mortgage is cheaper than some people's car payments. And Cooter and I were talking, like the house I'm in now, like it's still cheap and the mortgage is great. But, so yeah, so I
Cooter doesn't hump a home. He's a homeless guy we pick up from QT every fucking Wednesday.
Cooter does home loans.
No, he doesn't. He's homeless.
But yeah, so like it came to a point where like nobody was hiring, nothing was coming to fruition, and so like I looked at Megan, my wife, and I was like, "Hey, like, what about just re-enlisting? Like, we have a good thing going for us. Like, we're secured, we're taken care of. Like, we've been managing." And at the time, it was just us, and she was like, "Okay." So I re-enlisted, did another 4. And at the time, I was like, this is going to be a 20 and out thing.
Yeah.
And then so I deployed 2010, deployed 2012, had a bunch of TDYs in between for training for schools and like Silver Flag and other
Hell yes.
other war game activities.
I was just there in fucking July.
hell yeah, miserable humidity.
They're done with it in Florida now. I was like,
see,
one of the
that's
last
where I went.
places.
I went to Florida.
Yeah, it's all Germany now.
But see, that'd be cool.
Yeah, right. And they can't fucking send me. They can be like, oh, fucking take Florida, dude. Go fucking hang out with the Bears.
You can see the beach, but you can't go to it.
You guys keep drinking and fucking up, so nope, you can't leave the base.
Yeah. But so yeah, that was right. Like I remember watching the news conference in the fire station when they declared that they had got Osama bin Laden and
Hell yeah.
declared Afghanistan a victory. And so as soon as they declared Afghanistan a victory,
Wait, you watched a press conference? You didn't watch John Cena announce it on WWE Monday Night Raw?
no, I watched the press conference and then saw people just towering from the freaking street.
The ladies and gentlemen, we got him. That one.
Yeah.
Hell, that my favorite.
Geronimo.
But also, like when my students ask me like what my favorite moment in history is, I pull up the video of John Cena announcing that we got Osama bin Laden.
Oh my god.
It's a fucking classic, dude. He comes out in the middle of Monday Night Raw and he's just like, we compromised and put to a permanent end Osama bin Laden. I'm like, hell yeah, I feel so American right now.
Watching fake wrestling.
Watching fake wrestling, having John Cena tell me about this.
Great journalism.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
But yeah,
Trusted
like,
news source, John Cena. That's it.
so like that was when Obama was declaring Afghanistan a victory, and because of that, you're per Congress, which I didn't know this at the time, and I'm sure a lot of other people didn't know, but you're only allowed to have so many
Troops.
in your military service
Yeah.
when you're not in conflict, which is crazy because after I left, we were still in Afghanistan.
We've always been in conflict.
Yeah. So it came down to a scenario where they were offering people with good standing to leave and they'd pay you, and you'd still, like, they would just sever your contract and you get an honorable discharge and they'd pay you to leave.
They'd pay you out for your contract, basically, whatever time you had left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At your rate with like full entitlement. So I was like, sounds pretty good. And, or you had the potential of getting force cross-trained into a critically manned career field.
Yeah. That was a
security forces.
shitty time in the Air
And
Force.
so I was like,
Even as a tech, you'd be, well, you had tech at the time or still staff?
no, still staff.
Even as a staff, you'd still be at risk.
Yeah, because there was a lot of us. Because that was the thing. Like, they gave us the sheet, and for staffs,
Oh, you had to
for
run the
fire-
fucking math.
No, they gave us the exact sheet for staffs, for firefighters, for E5s in the fire department. We were at 110% staffing.
Oh,
I was like, that's your dumb faults for promoting all of us. Like,
you're still fucking bringing people in.
yeah. But they were like, hey, like, so we got to get those numbers down. And I was just like, I like to gamble, but I don't know if I want to gamble that much. So, like, I went home and talked to the wife about it. And I was like, what if we just call it done? Like,
Yeah.
because I said, if I'm going to start over, like, I want to start over somewhere new.
Yeah.
And start fresh on the outside. Like, I don't want to start over in the military because I've already achieved all these accolades. I already have all this training. Like, I don't want to go to a new tech school as an E5 with all this past experience and, like, awards and stuff that I've gone through, like, to start over at the bottom again.
Can I be shitty for a second?
Go ahead.
So you didn't want to go security forces, which is...
Hold up. I'm getting to the irony.
Okay. All right. I wanted to point out, I'll let you point it out for the viewers at home.
Okay, the viewers at home, I went into law enforcement. Security forces is the military police.
Cops. Yeah. So you avoided going to be a cop just to go and be a cop.
Ironically, yeah.
Hell yeah. So I connected the dots in my head and I was like, oh, fuck.
I wasn't checking IDs at the gate, though, so I had that going for me.
Fair enough. So
like-
is that why you ended up being a cop on the outside because no fire department was hiring at the time?
Honestly, I didn't want to be a cop.
Oh,
You don't want to be a cop?
I was actually enrolled to go. I was going to go use what I was good at, which was fixing things, and I was going to go back to school at UTI and get my auto and diesel cert.
But then why cop?
I got recruited. They came onto base during TAPS. For those of you that don't know, TAPS is your
TAPS.
transition assistance program. So
don't you fucking do it, Cooter.
So
Oh,
you're,
he fucking reached for the computer.
it's not that TAPS.
You can't say taps around Cooter. He gets fucking trigger happy.
It's not that TAPS. It's the TAPS that, so you're not the guy holding the cardboard sign saying whatever combat you were.
Still doing
vet.
it.
So they teach you how to take your military career and put it into a civilian resume, right? And so we were doing all that stuff and like out processing in between, and they held an impromptu job fair. ADOT came on base, CenturyLink came on base, and one of them was the Glendale Police Department. They came on base, and I remember her, Sergeant Kim Dominguez. She was prior Air Force.
Okay.
And so she was like, hey, like, we're currently hiring right now. We're actually extending the hiring window 24 hours to market to you guys because you guys get veterans preference and we know you guys are separating. and you're coming from a structure, military organization,
Very similar.
and we are very paramilitary organization, and our veterans usually excel in this career field because it's all the things that you're looking for.
Yeah.
It's community, it's brotherhood, it's chain of command, it's what you're accustomed to. And so I already had a class start date for UTI, and I was already like working with the VA for like GI Bill stuff and things like that. We were closing on the house that we live in now out here in the East Valley. And I remember going home and like telling my wife, and I was like, hey, like, what if I try like the police department? I was like, what if I leave one career with good pay and benefits and I go into another one with good pay and benefits?
Yeah.
And she's like, is it what you want to do? I was like, I don't know. Like, it's not sitting behind a desk because I definitely can't do that. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I get distracted too easily. Mm-hmm. And so she's like, yeah, okay, throw your name in the hat. And like, what people don't understand is like, before they started before all the George Floyd, the Black Lives Matter, all that stuff, like law enforcement was very hard to get hired on.
Yeah.
When I tested, there was 2,000 people.
Yeah.
They hired 4 of us.
Oh,
Damn.
fuck.
3 of us were prior military. 1 was a firefighter reserve out of Buckeye. One of the guys was at Luke with me, and the other guy was a Navy officer.
Okay.
Like, so it was very hard. Now they can't, like, you get 100 applicants. Like, now you're doing great nowadays.
Yeah.
So I came in a very competitive time, and yeah, I got hired. I went through the whole entire process, and I kind of let myself go. I was a little bit lazy. I was a little jaded by the military because I was feeling like being pushed out. And so I just kind of kept going through the process, and then eventually they gave me a letter of intent to hire. And I remember telling my person for UTI, like, hey, I'm not going to do this, like, so we can stop because they're going to hire me. So I separated September 29th, 2014 from the military with an honorable discharge. I was unemployed for 13 days.
Damn, that's pretty good.
And I went right into pre-academy for the Glendale Police Department.
Jeez.
And then I did 2 weeks pre-academy. And I joke with people, I was like, if it would have been 3, I would have quit. Because the sergeant at the time running it, we nicknamed him the Terminator because we never saw him sweat.
Damn.
Like, after we graduated the academy, we gave him a Terminator action figure. We're like, hey, Sarge, just so you know, we called you the Terminator because we never saw you sweat. And he was like, because I don't.
He's like, you never will.
Yeah. He was like the SWAT training sergeant. He
He
was,
was high speed.
Yeah.
but he was like this little guy. Like,
Oh, really?
oh, yeah. But he didn't have like the Napoleon complex. Like, he expect the best from you because that's what he did.
That's what he
required.
gave.
Yeah.
Yeah. He expects the best of you because he's always giving his
Yeah,
best.
so he would like smoke us up. He called it Sergeant's Hill over there at the Glendale training facility that you'd run up and down. And like, it doesn't look like much, but you start running up that son of a bitch and you're just like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And so, but he always said, he's like, I'm just preparing you for the academy so that you just blow through it. And then
Yeah.
the academy was honestly kind of a joke because I had already done like the fire department academy. So I already knew like the block structure of how they build upon things. But then they would do like things where they're going to smoke you. They're like, all right, go change into your PT uniform. Now come back out on the deck. Now go change back into your black and whites, which is like the uniform you wear till you get authorized to wear your police uniform.
Yeah.
And I remember just coming out laughing, and like everybody else was so stressed because this is like their first time. And like you could like pick up on the other veterans in the class, and you're just like, been here before, sirs.
You're like, this is a cakewalk.
Yeah. And they're like, and I remember I had my recruit training officer. She's like, why is this funny to you? And I was like, because you can't kill me, and this is going to end eventually.
Yeah.
And she was like, down. And I was like, yes, ma'am. Like, it's going to stop eventually.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like, once you get past that mindset, like, you're just trying to induce stress to see how we react.
Like, that response alone to her was probably enough to trigger in her, like, oh, fuck, he's already cracked the code.
Yeah.
Like, he already has the cheat codes to the fucking game.
Don't say that any fucking louder.
Yeah, she's like,
for everybody
shut
else.
up, get down, and beat your face. Like, literally.
How long were you a cop for?
ironically, just a little over 8 years, just like the military.
Oh, nice.
What led you to leave being a cop, if I can ask?
I'm medically retired,
Medically retired.
so I get a full pension.
Is that a lot like military medically retired?
So it actually I was involved in a couple shootings.
Okay.
I had never, in my time in the military, minus that stint at the gate at Fob Shindan, like I've never pointed a weapon at somebody, never discharged a weapon outside of training.
Yeah.
And actually, 20 days from now is going to be the anniversary of my first shooting.
Okay.
3 years ago. Or 4 years ago. We're 2025. Yeah, 4 years ago. So I was in an officer-involved shooting. And I learned a lot about police department then.
Okay.
Everybody wants to do the job until it's time to do the job.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that have good intentions, but there's a lot of people that shouldn't be there. Because in my first shooting, the county attorney, after I was cleared, the attorney that came out, because it's a little different for like law enforcement versus civilian, right? Mm-hmm. So after you're in a shooting, you don't talk to the cops either, right? I'm going to tell you that right now. If you're involved in a self-defense shooting, don't talk to the cops.
Okay.
Like, you call an attorney. Like, be cooperative, be respectful, especially if it's a defensive shooting that is clearly justified. Like, because at the end of the day, like, they're trying to find out what happened, but you don't want to start putting stuff out there that could. So by law, I have to answer certain questions. It's, did you fire? Yes. How many rounds did you fire? You say you don't recall, because if you say you don't know, they can use that against you. Or if you say you don't recall, you can have your memory refreshed. In which direction did you fire, so that they can go track down to make sure all rounds are accounted for, right? Because every round that leaves is a potential prison sentence.
Yeah.
And then they ask you, are there anybody outstanding? And that's all you got to answer. And then after that, I called my union rep for my attorney and spoke to my attorney, and I thought I was going to prison.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I thought I was going to prison. So a little bit of backstory. I don't call this guy suspect. I call him by his name, but because of this, I won't air his name out there. He wasn't a bad guy. He was a guy having a bad day.
Okay.
And so what he ultimately wanted is he wanted his suicide by cop.
Mm.
But for whatever reason, it wasn't his time to go. He had just lost his job. He was going through a divorce. He was losing his kids. He had just relapsed, and the whole world came crashing down on him, right? And so he was just looking for a way to stop the pain, right? And so he had a firearm. He discharged it in a neighborhood. He took off on foot. We found him, and for whatever reason, like, I was the first officer out of my car. Everybody went to the officer that was last on the radio.
Okay.
Versus going to the last known location he was at.
Mm.
So I was the third car running hot with lights and sirens, and everybody, like, pew pew, went to the first officer, and I was like, no, they said he went northbound, so let's go north, and there he was.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm giving him commands, telling him to stop. It's actually, I got crucified because everybody gave me, they were like, this guy's retarded because he just said a double oxymoron. Because I was like, hey, you haven't done anything you can't come back from. Because I was trying to explain, like, there's nothing you have done that is life-shattering ending, right? Like,
yeah,
everything is still fixable. You haven't hurt nobody. Yes, you discharged a firearm, and that's against the law, but we can work through this stuff.
Yeah.
And he gets down into an alley, and by this time, like, and I'm with my rifle. So I was a rifle operator for patrol. So I went through class and got certified to carry a rifle. And I was, like, gearing up for SWAT testing and things like this here coming up. And so I'm, like, giving him commands, and he, like, does this gesture, and he's, like, holding the gun, puts it into his waistband. He has his back towards me. He points up to the heavens and then turns around. And immediately I start firing because I see the drawing motion from his hands.
Yeah.
And he falls and hits the ground. And I'm like, I just shot this guy in the back. Like, I'm going to prison. Like, that's all there is to it. And I was even more nervous because I just came off a suspension not too long ago for a use of force.
Okay.
That I got a little hung out to dry for. Got suspended for use of force for striking a guy on a traffic stop because I felt the car move.
Oh.
And my department was like, well, we didn't see it move in the body camera. And I'm like, well, yeah, because my camera's looking down at the shifter as I'm putting it in park. So
2021's a hard time being a cop in general.
yeah, so I got suspended for that. So I was like nervous about that. I was like, they're gonna just re-air that stuff, and they're just like, this officer has a history of excessive use of force. And I remember, like, if you're not superstitious, then I don't know what is, because like my boss at the time, who's a great friend of mine, he was a detective for violent crimes and homicides and things like that.
Yeah.
And so he had newly been promoted. He had a squad, and he had an officer that was involved in a shooting, and like they didn't know what to expect. And so I was still working on a pretty junior squad, and he had come in, and I had a super ton of respect for him because we had worked things interchangeably that we didn't realize till later. But he had us do a briefing about officer-involved shootings that night. Like,
Really?
just sheer coincidence.
Before you went out?
Yeah. He was like, hey, I know none of you guys have been in one. He's like, I have been in one. He said that it's a little bit different now because we have a task force that comes out and investigates. It's not our own agency anymore. He's like, just so if you're ever involved in one, like, this is what you can expect. This is what can happen. And so he had the sergeant from homicide, like, brief us. Like, that was our briefing for the day before we hit the streets that night. And then it was a full moon. And, like, they pinged his phone because he was making suicidal statements. And like normally when you ping a phone, you get like, oh, it's a 50-meter radius inside a neighborhood, which covers like 3 blocks. So you're like not finding that needle in the haystack.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, here's this latitude and longitude at this exact sidewalk he's on. We're like, what are the fucking odds? Like, this is too, like, the stars are aligning too much.
Yeah.
And so the shooting happens. I get pulled from the scene. I remember calling my wife, and like, I love my wife, but I always used to get mad because I would like call her like before I start my shift or stuff, and like she'd be doing stuff with the kids, so she wouldn't answer. I'd be like, why do I pay this phone bill? Like, she doesn't answer it. That phone rang one time. She picked it up. Like, I don't know if she knew, like, but like, she was like, yeah, babe. And I was like, hey, I was just involved in a shooting. And she didn't ask me any question. Like, all she asked, she's like, are you okay? I was like, yep. She's like, who are you with? I was like, I'm with my buddy that I worked with for a long time. And she's like, okay. She's like, are you good? I was like, yeah. She's like, all right, keep me posted. So I was like, yes, ma'am. So like they take me back to the station. They take my gun. They take my body camera, and they start downloading stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there processing everything, and I see my boss walk in. And I'm like, dude, this is a great freaking boss, like, coming to check on me. Like, that's what a supervisor and a leader's supposed to do, but you have a scene to run, sir. Like,
yeah.
And then somebody followed him. So when you're in a shooting as an officer, you have an escort. They have to watch you.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't do anything. And then I saw a sergeant walk in behind him. So there were 13 officers on that scene. Him and I are the only ones that fired. As soon as I saw him, I instantly knew the shooting was justified. Because that means another officer from a different vantage point, because I didn't even know where he was, saw a similar threat and reacted to it.
Oh, so another officer fired as well.
My sergeant did.
Oh, your sergeant did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were now in this.
Oh, and he
debate.
was being escorted by the other officer in where you were at.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we couldn't talk to each other.
Of course.
We were still texting, like, hey, are you good?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah. And I was like, did you fire? He's like, yeah. I was like, he's like, I didn't know it was you. I was like, I didn't know nobody else fired. And the attorney gets there, and he like looks at, he was like, tell me what happened. So I like told him, and I was like, I'm really nervous. And he's like, what are you nervous about? I was like, because I think I shot this guy in the back, and it's not going to pass the headline test, right?
Yeah.
And like, that's the first thing a lieutenant asked me. They're like, is he black? I'm like, why is that relevant? Like, why is that a question?
Yeah.
Like, no, he's not. But like,
Why is that the first thing?
it's still a human life regardless of skin color.
Yeah.
Like, Like that's
You're
what,
you're just worried about optics. Like you just
that's
showed your
exact-
hand.
That's exactly what they're worried about.
Yeah.
So now I'm like sweating, and the attorney comes back after he. So I tell him, he's like, "All right, I'm gonna watch the camera. I'll let you know." He comes back and he was like, "Oh, dude, you're good."
Bro, you're so fucking kosher. You're so lucky he's white.
And I was like, "Why are you saying it like that?" He's like, he shot at you. It's like, no, he didn't. He's like, yeah, he turns, pulls gun, the round hits about 20 feet in front of you.
Oh shit.
Damn.
I was like, no, he didn't. I was like, he never turned around. I said, he's like, yeah, he does on camera. You can see it clear as day. He said, you don't have anything to worry about. So he said, this is going to be the easiest walkthrough I've ever done. And I was like, well, if you fucking say so, I guess. Like, this is why I pay the union.
You think you got like that tunnel vision to where?
Yeah, I was just.
So this is what I tell people. Like, your body is so impressive. Like, and I learned this from the fire department side too. Like, our bodies are so fragile yet so strong.
Yeah.
Like, right, if you get injured, your body will start shunting down things, right? Shunting, which is that starts closing off veins and capillaries and arteries that don't require certain stuff to try to preserve your life. But you can be taken out so easily. Like, so like we're this delicate but strong entity. And when I fired, I didn't hear a single round. And we don't run suppressed rifles on patrol. So like you guys shoot guns, like it's loud even under ear pro, like you hear it, especially unsuppressed.
Yeah.
I didn't hear a single round. I think my body shut down things that were irrelevant. Hearing was irrelevant. Being laser focused on suspect in front of me, the guy.
It was just like there's
that
the
was
threat.
the thing.
There's the threat. That's my focus. That's where my attention needs to be.
Yep.
That makes sense. Like you're so heightened because you're seeing him turn around, reaching the waistband. Like
That's
that
the
makes
thing.
sense.
I don't
to me.
see him. Like I saw him. I saw the drawing motion from his waistband. He had his back to me.
Yeah.
But come to find out, he had actually turned. And so, like, when they released the video of the critical incident, they called it a critical incident. When they released the video of the shooting, a lot of the comments were like, Glendale's using tracers. Because my boss was shooting a Glock 21, which is a 45 caliber.
45,
so
sure is,
dumb and slow round.
My first pistol I ever owned at fucking 16 was a Glock 21.
That was my first duty pistol, and I actually have in my safe that I bought back. But my first, because I'm giving him commands over my rifle, right?
Yeah.
So I'm telling him to stop. There's nothing you haven't done. Like, we can fix this. And as I see the threat, I'm bringing up, and now I'm engaging threat. So I'm firing and bringing up at the same time.
Yeah.
So my first round hits his pelvis. And because he's turning sideways, I'm not shooting his whole silhouette. I'm shooting just his side. So my first round hits his pelvis and actually cripples it. Like that's what takes him out of the fight right there.
Okay.
So as he's falling, you can see the first round my boss fires goes right over his head. So I actually saved his life, because if I didn't hit him there, he would have took a 45 to the side of his face.
So he lived.
He lived.
Oh, shit.
He was shot like 7 times between the two of us.
Damn.
Yeah. Twice by my boss. 1 or 2 times by my boss, and like 5 or 6 rifle rounds.
Well, I mean, I hate to play devil's advocate here, but do you know how he's doing now?
Are you guys pen pals?
I wasn't going to go there.
So no,
But-
he's not allowed to have contact with me per part of his sentencing.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that part.
I'm just a shitty person.
No, we actually had I've always felt bad for him. Like I always felt bad for shooting.
It seemed like you had a lot of empathy when you were talking about his situation.
Like
and stuff
I couldn't
that.
sleep after that shooting.
Yeah.
I was up, and then I went home to small kids that wanted to play with me.
You're just like,
So I have to pretend everything's okay. So after I got home after working, after my shift, the shooting, the walkthrough, all of it, and actually getting home and putting my stuff away, I had already been up for 20 hours, 20 hours on the clock.
Damn.
Yeah.
And so I went home, and my kids wanted to play and hang out because they're little. Yeah. And so I had to pretend everything was okay.
It's gotta be rough.
And I clocked out for a little bit. I tried to, but I couldn't, because I just kept that's when I started having the nightmares. That's when I heard the gunshots.
Yeah.
And it would wake me up. This is the crazy part about law enforcement. you go through so much stuff that you just have to rub off. Like I went and had Baskin Robbins that night.
Yeah.
Like that's wild because I had to put on this Prasad to my kids because I don't want them to know that like something bad happened.
Yeah.
Especially somebody that like somebody tried to shoot your dad.
Yeah. My wife worked for the crisis team for like Tempe and a couple other cities. I think not Goodyear, maybe Glendale. She worked on Glendale too. Where I don't know if you had much experience with the crisis team where they come out.
I was crisis intervention trained. I went through the
Oh, did you?
CIT,
Okay.
Yep.
Hell yeah. So my wife, she was like the crisis team in Glendale and then Tempe. And so she'd go out to those scenes afterwards. But she also went to a lot of conferences and trainings with like first responders. And she's like, it's fucking wild. She's like, these guys have way more PTSD than military members do. Because it's like, yeah, like we might fucking see some shit, but it's like they're having to show up every day and deal with like the worst humanity has to offer.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a drowning of a child.
That's the worst.
And like this is me volunteering for shit.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, we need a CSO, and a CSO is a crime scene officer, somebody who's trained to take photographs. And I was like, oh, I'm a CSO. They're like, all right, you need to go down to this hospital. I'm like, okay. And they're like, they'll send you the call. And so like I'm driving down there and I look and it was like a fucking drowning, and I'm like, I have to go photograph a kid who had just died. And like when I took the pictures, my oldest at the time was the same age, and we have a pool. And so every time the flash went off, I saw him lying there. And then once I was done, they're like, all right, go hit the streets. I went back in my patrol car and cried.
Yeah.
And that's like the thing is like people don't realize is like when officers are agitated or pissed off, like, yes, we need to be professional.
Yeah.
But there's also like, we might have just came from the most horrific thing you can imagine. And now I'm dealing with your neighbor dispute because your neighbor's tree's hanging over your fucking yard. Like, I don't give two shits.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
But
there's so much worse going on.
But I have to be like the mediator and the facilitator to try to solve this after just witnessing that. Like, and that's what people don't realize. And they're like, I understand you're calling PD because that's the worst thing in your life.
Yeah.
But there are worse things out there, right?
Yes.
And so, yeah, like, and that was the first 10 minutes of my shift for that one.
Fuck.
Like the shooting incident, my first shooting, that was the second call I went to that night.
Damn.
And yeah, so like we're not pen pals. We're not allowed. He's not allowed to communicate with me. I do check up to see where he is.
Yeah.
Because I also check up on somebody else to see where they are at. Another individual. But during his sentencing, like, the judge was like in tears. Because she's like, I wish, and I was already out of law enforcement. She's like, I wish they could clone more officers like you.
Damn.
And like that was like the nicest thing I've ever heard. Because
Yeah.
she's like, you know, I've worked a lot of ag assault cases. Is ultimately what it came out to, is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. They're like, and sometimes officers don't even show up, or sometimes they're just downright nasty. And I was like, yeah, he wasn't a bad guy. Like, I don't think he needs to have his life thrown away.
Yeah.
Like, he needs help is what he needs. Like, he needs whatever addictions he's fighting, like, he needs help with that. I said, so honestly, you're like, because the judge asked me, she's like, what do you want? And then my boss didn't do it, so I had spoke to my boss, and he was like, whatever you think is fair, like, I'm good with. He's like, I just want it behind me.
Yeah.
I was like, I got you. And I was like, honestly, Your Honor, the minimum. Like, as long as he is required to go through
Some rehabilitation.
rehabilitation, like actually what the Department of Corrections is for, right? Rehabilitate.
Yeah.
I don't want him just to sit there and be bored for
Peop-
this sentence. Like, he has small kids too.
Yeah.
So I want him to get help and be rehabilitated and go home. Because, like, he apologized. He was like, honestly, he's like, I was at my lowest point. He's like, I wanted to die that night. And he comes from a very religious background, and like his family spoke, and he apologized to me as I apologized to him. Like, it's just wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, we don't talk, but he is incarcerated for, I think he got just under 9 years,
Damn.
with the stipulation of getting treatment. So yeah, so after the first incident, I was off for a month on admin leave because for a while they weren't sure if he was going to live.
That changes everything.
So
huh?
that's what kind of bothered me. I was like, is he dead? And they're like, I don't know. He's in intensive care right now. He's had numerous surgeries. And I was like, okay. So like I kind of just hung out. You have to go see a shrink, do all that stuff. And my shrink, the doctor I was seeing right before I got cleared, she told me, she's like, Matt, you're going to be in another shooting. I was like, that's fucking reassuring. Thanks, doc. She goes, no. She's like, an officer who has been in one shooting will be in another. And she's like, and there's two reasons for it. She's like, the first is they now know what to say to push the envelope. She said, because there are bad
cops out there.
Mm-hmm. And to make it lean in their way of justified, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, that's not you though. She's like, she pretty much called me a pussy. She's like, you wear your heart on your sleeve. She's like, you care too much. She's like, no. She's like, you're going to react faster. She said, think about your phone doing an update. It fixes the bugs. It works faster. She said, so you're going to go to a call that's going to have similar circumstances.
Like red flags.
And while everybody else is flipping through their Rolodex of training and experiences, you're going to flip to your shooting and react faster. She's like, that's why Tier 1 team members shoot quicker. That's why SWAT team members shoot quicker, because they've already been in them.
Yeah.
And I was like,
instincts.
I was like, that makes sense, but it's shitty to hear.
Yeah.
And she was right. I went back to work. I worked 7 shifts. I was in my second shooting.
Fuck.
Damn.
It was exactly a month apart.
Damn.
I was a month apart, a mile apart,
Jesus.
an hour apart, a round apart from the rounds I fired, and a year apart between the age.
Damn.
Full moon?
No.
Oh.
I was talking to a good friend from high school. We had grown up together. She was moving her family from California to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And I had just come back from a call for like a shots fired call in a crappy apartment complex in South Glendale, because that's the area I patrolled, which is a dime a dozen. It was no different than a fire department going out to a smoke alarm. Like, people shoot guns in the air because people suck.
It's Glendale for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I had the casing on like my floor and the evidence, and I was like typing my report, and I was talking to my friend, and she was like, hey, like, should I stop here? And she's like, Phoenix and Van Buren. I was like, absolutely not. Keep driving. I was like,
Do not stop. Do not make eye contact.
I was like, you have your family with you, you have your kids with you, and you have all your worldly possessions. You'll wake up with none of it.
Yeah.
So like I'm directing her like to a safer part off the 10, further up. So like we get her a spot out here near the East Valley area. She's like cutting through, and like I was a very proactive police officer. I didn't like just taking calls from the computer and just doing paper.
Yeah.
I got into the profession to prevent crime, right? And people will argue like, oh, cops are there to deal with the crime after the fact, and I disagree with that.
Yeah.
Because a good proactive police officer can stop a lot of things before they happen. You could catch the drunk driver before they kill the person at the intersection.
Yeah.
You could sit outside the Circle K before it gets armed robbed by the freaking tweaker. You could drive through the neighborhood and look for the Bobs, burglars on bikes, at 2 a.m. that are trying door handles. Like, you can prevent a lot of victim crimes. And so, like, I was very good at doing field contacts, which is where the name came from.
Oh.
And after my first shooting, I was like, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
Because those proactive stops increase your potential for an incident.
Yeah.
Because I'm going out with West Side City Crips. I'm going out with Grondell gang members. I'm going out with these various bad entities and ultimately checking them. Like, hey, are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? But that creates a risk because you might run into the wrong person that doesn't want to deal with it that night.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope, don't want to do it. And so I was just taking calls and I was backing up my people. Like, I was still going to calls and I was still helping my friends out. But I wasn't doing anything self-initiated.
More of like kind of like backseat.
Yeah. Like, if they're like the queue would get cleared, especially during the winter months, it would drop off. and I would just go sit at the Boys and Girls Club because I could still see my Circle K that frequently got cigarette freaking stolen from them. Mm-hmm. So I would still be a presence, but I'm not like.
So you'd be like a little quick reaction force on standby, pretty much. Just like you'd have your regular spots that you'd maintain and stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was a great parking lot cop after that, like, which is sad. But I didn't want to do it again.
Yeah.
And so I was like talking to my friend, and I had the windows down. I remember I was listening to 102.5, like my little country. Just got done typing my report, and I could hear this dude yelling, just fucking yelling. I'm like, it's 11 o'clock, sir. Like, fuck off. Go to bed.
At night.
Like, even tweakers go to bed. Yes. I like Graves.
Okay.
Glendale has black uniforms, and it's miserable in the summer. So at night, it makes it a little bit bearable. And I remember telling my friend, I said, old me would go deal with that. I'd hang up with you right now and go deal with that. I said, I don't want nothing to do with that. And so we kept talking for a little bit. And then finally a call comes into the computer on the queue, and it was a priority call. So you got a priority 1, which is like your violent offenses in progress, a priority 2, which could lean one or two ways. Then you have like your 3 and your 4. Your 4 is like, it's either already happened and long gone, or it's something super stupid like your neighbor's tree is hanging over my yard. Your 1s and 2s are usually like things that are actively happening, so that like justifies your response for lights and sirens, things like that.
Yeah.
Right, for policies and procedures. And so it came in as a priority 2, and it wasn't in my beat, but it bordered my beat that I was responsible for.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, like, let me start migrating that way. So I start driving that way, and then all of a sudden I hear he just ran my patrol car. The officer keys up his radio, and he's like literally frantic. He's like, he just hit my patrol car. Jeez. And the initial call was like this guy had an object, and he was just smashing cars like over in this neighborhood, just out of his mind, right, is what it ultimately came down to. And now like he was fleeing. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to go sit at an intersection, because when people flee, you can't have everybody in the pursuit.
Yeah.
And most agencies won't pursue unless it's a violent offense. But since he technically just rammed a marked patrol car with an officer in it, one could articulate aggravated assault.
Yeah.
Because why else are you hitting a police car?
Right.
So you would have aggravated assault, which is a felony. So it would be justified for a pursuit, given the hours, the time of day, the light traffic, all of that. Because at the end of the day, the city's a business. They don't want to pay out lawsuits for wrongful deaths from you chasing people that don't need to be chased.
Yeah.
So I'm like sitting at an intersection, and they're like, all right, he's going northbound. And I'm like, hell yeah, he's going away from me. Like, I don't got to worry about this. And then like, oh, he's coming back. And I was like, motherfucker. Like, I literally like said that in like my thing. And we only had one sergeant working that night, and they were already working a homicide on the north side of the city. Mm-hmm. So he was like, what are our charges? Because officers are actively chasing this guy now.
Yeah.
The sergeant's trying to figure out, like, is it warranted to be chasing this dude? Or, like, do you guys need to stop?
Yeah.
And I remember they're like, we have a hit and run. We have misdemeanor hit and run. And I literally said in my car, I'm like, no, you dumb motherfucker. You have aggravated assault. He hit a marked patrol car.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be pissed if somebody hit me in my car.
Yeah.
Especially intentionally. Like,
yeah.
Right.
Going to a call and they're fleeing and they purposely ram me on my driver's side. Like, no.
Oh,
like,
the driver's side,
yeah,
too.
They hit him on the driver's side. I didn't know this at the time.
Yeah.
And so I was like mad. I'm like, these fucking guys, like, you got to say the right things, because if this gets escalated, all of this can be played back.
Yeah.
And so you need to paint the picture, right? Like, I'm going back to like the military. Like, you need to be painting the picture at 30,000 feet for everybody to see. Mm-hmm. And so I go to the last known locator, or like one of the officers, like, oh, okay, he's stopping. He's getting out. He's starting to charge my car. He's got something. I'm just like, all right, let's like do something then. Like, tase him, give commands. I don't know what you want me to tell you. And so he's like, all right, he's taking off running. I'm like, okay. So I turn down the street, and there's the patrol car and the car that they just had stopped. I'm like, why me? Why am I here?
Yeah.
So I go up there, and they're like, all right, he's running southbound. So again, me listening to the radio, I go southbound. And there he is. There, somebody was like, what? They're like, what's the suspect description? They're like a male, average build, average height, black shirt, jeans. I was like, there he is right outside my freaking window. Like, I need to go buy a lotto ticket.
Yeah.
And so, like, I get out of my car, and we're on a neighborhood street, and I'm facing southbound. He's on the east side of the street, and there's houses, and then obviously driveways with cars. And there's an officer walking from south to north in the yards, and there's an officer walking from north to south in the yards, like trying to approach him. And I get out of the car, and I'm like looking, I'm like, why isn't anybody giving this guy commands? Like, what are we doing here? And so he looks at me, and he's like, shoot me, motherfucker, shoot me. I was like, nah, we ain't doing none of that here, partner. Like, I'm not going to be your Huckleberry today.
Yeah.
So I pull out my taser, and I knew, like, as soon as I pulled out my taser, I was like, this is only gonna end one way. I pulled out my taser. He didn't want nothing to do with me anymore. This guy had been criminalized and
Institutionalized.
Yes, thank you.
I got you.
I can't speak very clearly
No, you're
sometimes. For so many different things and for so long that he knew what a taser looked like.
Mm.
He didn't want that. So he starts charging the officer that is walking from north to south. And I went to go deploy my taser. And Axon makes a killing because they give us crappy cartridges that have these wide spreads that are just ineffective. So I got one prong in his left arm, and then the other prong missed because the spread was so wide. That if I would have had probably the shorter cartridges, maybe would have had
Better result.
better impact with potential lockup, and this could have been dealt with differently. But I deploy the taser, ineffective. He's charging the officer, and as he's charging him, like, my time slowed down. And other officers that were on scene, even to this day, they're like, I don't know how you got to where you got so fast. Because I immediately dropped my taser. I saw him reaching into his waistband, and I'm like, he's going to pull a gun and shoot a friend. And so I remember, and the officer's backpedaling. So he's like backpedaling, trying to create distance from this guy.
As he's getting charged.
As he's getting charged, he does like a button hook to try to create like some more distance. And as he's button hooking back, the guy is like turning and chasing him. Like, they're playing school tag right now, and somebody's about to get tagged and it's going to hurt. Well, the officer's backpedaling, and he backs up into a car in the driveway. He has nowhere else to go.
Fuck.
And so I remember dropping taser, sprinting the distance that I needed to close, and pulling out my duty pistol. And I remember telling the officer to move before I discharged my weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy literally fell right at his feet. And I was just like,
Fuck.
I was like, I can't fucking do this again.
Yeah.
And then I had a friend come up behind me and grab my vest, and I'll forever remember it. It's forever etched in my head. And all she said, she's like, Matt, I got you. And that was probably the thing that saved me that day.
Yeah.
Because I mentally could not go through what I was about to go through again.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't clear to my first shooting yet.
Everything was still going on.
Still going. Like, the department, my attorney, like the union, like everybody was like, you don't have nothing to worry about. But like, until you get that paper from the county attorney saying
Nothing's guaranteed.
Like, this was right around the election time that the attorney at the time, which was Maricopa County Attorney Mitchell, she had just got appointed to that position because they had to fight, or Montgomery got pulled up to the Supreme Court for Arizona. So she wasn't elected. So she's running now for this position. So I'm like, this could go good one of two ways. She's either going to be like, I'm going to make an example and say that I am firm, or she's going to do the right thing and show people like transparency.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember they like pulled me back. Another lieutenant, different lieutenant this time, asked me the same question. What was the race? I was like, why is that relevant? And then
It's crazy. It's the first question. Hey, are you okay?
No. And then I asked for my water bottle out of my patrol car, and I grabbed my phone. my buddy that was with me for my first as my escort, he was there training a new officer.
Mm-hmm.
He dumped his officer with somebody, and he became my escort again. And yeah, they were working him, and I remember asking him, like, I saw fire come and I saw fire leave, and I was like, is he dead? And they were like, and my friend, she's like, would it make a difference? And I was like, no, but I see fire's not doing anything, so it's not good. And come to find out, he did pass away. So I get pulled back. I called my boss. I didn't even call my wife first. I called my boss because he had already heard. He was like, hey, are you good? And I was like, I called him, and first thing he said, he's like, please tell me it wasn't you. And I was like, I wish I could. He goes, did you call your wife yet? And I was like, no. He's like, you need to hang out with me and call her. And I was like, I can't do it to her again.
Yeah.
I was like, because eventually my luck's going to run out, right? Like, you play any game long enough, you're not always going to win.
Yeah.
And so he was like, he's like, do what you need to do. Call your wife, talk to the attorney, and we'll talk later. I was like, yes, sir. And so called my wife, and again, first ring, picks up. And I just remember saying sorry. I was like, I'm sorry. She's like, for what? I'm like, it happened again. Like, that's the conversation I'm having with my wife at midnight.
Yeah.
She's like, what? I was like, I was just in shooting again. And she said, she's like, are you serious? I was like, yeah. She's like, are you okay? I was like, yeah. She's like, and then she asked, she's like, what about the other person? I was like, nope. And she's like, are you okay? And I was like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And then so I went, and everything was deja vu, and that's what really fucked me.
Oh.
It was the same union rep. It was the same union attorney. The county attorney that came out was the same one that came out on my first one. Damn. The detectives that came out for my first incident were the same ones that came out for the second one. The lead detective was the same one working my first one. Like, he wasn't even done yet.
What's the coincidence of that?
Yeah. The county attorney looked so disgusted in her face, not because of like the incident, just the fact that I was going through it, that she actually like had low blood pressure, and they had to call the fire department back out to her, and she had to actually go to Thunderbird Hospital to get checked out.
Really?
Yeah. And then brought back to the scene for the walkthrough. And then my question was, so they watched I explained everything like I did the first time. I was a little bit, like, I was just so numb to it because it just felt like it just happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, did he have a weapon? And they were like, no. I was like, well,
fuck.
Guess I'll be writing my kids from prison.
Yeah.
Is what I was thinking. But luckily, like, there was one individual that he is a peer rep, and he volunteers his time, and he's a great dude, and I won't say his name because he's still out there hitting the streets. But he's on SWAT and does some cool guy shit, and I look up to him. Like, when I was going through SWAT training, like, he was the guy I would go and ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
And he came back because he had seen the video, and he was like, hey, I know it's not what you want to hear. He's like, but that was excellent. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you can see him reaching. He was like, and you gave clear commands to your buddy out there, and you delivered effective hits. He's like, I'd take you on the team right now. He said, because there's guys on the team that haven't been through that type of stress.
Yeah.
And I never got to test for SWAT after that, but I, like, to this day, like, that's like, I still carry that because it came from somebody that
You respected.
Like, he's just a stud.
Yeah.
He's just a fucking legend. And, like, he didn't have a weapon on him because he had dropped it at the car when he ran. He had a hatchet.
Oh, okay.
It was laying at the door. When he got out of the car and was fidgeting with the first officer, it must have came out of his pants. So he did have a weapon he was looking for.
Can I ask a question? Was this the same guy that was screaming by your car earlier?
He wasn't by my car. He was in the neighborhood, but yes.
The one that you heard screaming while you were on the phone?
The one that said I would go deal with that if it old me. And then,
That's what I thought.
And then God has a sense of humor and was like, well, old you needs to go deal with it. Yeah. But that's the thing. In both of my shootings, the attorney said there should have been multiple clearance letters on the chief's desk. My first shooting, there could have been 13 officers that fired, and every one of us would have been justified.
Yeah.
Only 2 of us fired. One guy was looking down at the door on the Tahoe. One guy had just taken a look to the left when all hell broke loose to try to find a better position of cover, which I get. One guy flat out turned around and ran when he heard the gunshot.
Fuck.
Yeah. And then in the second one, like, there should have been other people that had done something before. And I get, at the end of the day, I had the best opportunity, unfortunately, because of the direction I was firing. The only thing behind him was a brick wall.
That's fair. My mind immediately goes to officers backpedaling the whole time.
Well, initially there was officers. If he would have shot and missed, he would have hit the
Oh.
officer downrange
That's
that was
fair.
walking up. And then as he was backpedaling, there was more officers coming up. So like
He couldn't.
it wasn't his turn to shoot.
Yeah.
Even though like everybody could have let hell loose and everybody would have been justified. But yeah, so that happened. I went home. I remember calling the doctor and she was like, "Hey Matt, how can I help you?" And I was like, "I was involved in another one. You were right." She's like, "You gotta be kidding me." I was like, "I wish I was, man, but we got to set this appointment up per policy."
It's bad when the doctor says it.
Yeah.
She's like, I didn't mean this soon.
So like I went home and like I had a buddy come out and check on me, and like he brought me a protein shake because I hadn't eaten anything, and like we were talking and he's like, "How do you feel?" And I was like, "Honestly, I feel nothing."
Yeah.
Like I went and slept the best I've ever slept. And people probably watching me was like, "Wow, this guy's a psychopath." But here's the thing, right? When I was in law enforcement, I always envisioned my shooting being a bad guy. When I would be driving to work from the East Valley out to the West Valley, I would be doing simulated traffic. Like I'd be calling out license plates and just doing mental reps of what I would do, like if all hell broke loose. Like,
Yeah.
and it was always for the person that was the armed robbery suspect, the freaking rape suspect, the homicide suspect, right?
Just running worst case scenarios with the worst people.
Yeah, like those are the people that you are like, that's the evil I am taking out.
Yeah.
I had come to find out that this individual was actually on parole for armed robbery, kidnapping, aggravated assault, and he was actually going back to prison. He had violated his parole and he didn't want to finish his stint. So technically DOC failed because he should have never been paroled
Yeah.
because he was a repeat offender.
The Department of Corrections not doing their job? Who would have fucking guessed?
Yeah, so and I think that like he was a bad guy.
Yeah. It's completely different from your good guy having a bad day.
Yep. And I think that's what it was. Like I told the guy that I shot in defense for, we don't talk very much anymore, which is kind of ironic and kind of crappy at the same time. But I told him, I was like, I'd do it again every other day.
Yeah.
Like, to make sure you go home to your family, I go home to my family. Like, that was a bad person and he wanted to do bad things. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
So that they immediately put me on admin leave for a month. They took me off the streets. They put me with some units to like do other things. And I was like still going to counseling, doing therapy, things like that. And there was an incident. They had moved me to, I was supposed to help plan for the Super Bowl. They had moved me to the special events group.
Mm-hmm.
So I was still working, but I was away from it.
Sorry. Party planning committee.
Yeah. For something we've already done. So it was like, and that's what made it even like
demeaning.
So that was like so they moved me to this unit and I get down there and they're like, "All right, here's a desk for you." I'm like, "Okay, what do I do?" And they're like, "I don't know." And I was like, "I don't even have there's not even a computer here for me to check like work emails."
Just pretend.
So I literally sat on my phone for like the first week playing video games on my phone, getting paid and just feeling completely useless with my life. And I remember I had a supervisor that I respect, and he's a religious guy, and he comes over and he was always nice going up through the ranks. He's going to be chief one day. And he asked me, he's like, "Hey, Matt, how is everything?" And I was actually honest with him. I was like, "It's pretty shitty, sir." He's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "I'm sitting at a desk with no computer, no phone, and no task. I have nothing to do." I said, "Have you ever gone to the store and purchased something?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "You get home, right?" He's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "And you find out it's not what you need or it's the wrong item. But you've already opened it. You've already kind of messed with it. So you put it back in the packaging, you take it back, and you go to return it, right?" He's like, "Yeah." "And you get the correct item, and you go on with your day, and everything's great." He's like, "Yeah." I said, "That's the department." I said, "I'm the item they're not sure to discard and just count as an insurance loss or to put back on the shelf to repurpose." And I literally broke his soul that day because he looked at me and he was just like, "I'm so sorry." And he had nothing else to say. He had to walk away.
It's because he knew it was fact.
Yeah. And that's the crappy part is a lot of agencies, they don't do enough. But then at the same time, and like, I know someone's going to play devil advocate because I've been asked, they're like, "Well, what would you want them to do?" And I don't have an answer for that either. But definitely not put somebody at a desk doing nothing.
Right.
It's like the worst thing you can do in that situation is isolate the person.
Yeah.
Take away everything that they cared about, right? Trying to help people, trying to, make the community better, try to do some good. Because of something happened that was justified in doing what you're supposed to do, isolating them and making them feel like that what they did was wrong.
Yep.
And like you said earlier, it's just like making after that first shooting, you're like, well, old me would have handled that, but new me, nah. It's like, okay, so you're going to strip the drive and the motivation out of your people who want to do good because of a possible headline.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like we used to have this saying in the Marine Corps, like we used to think that we were, I can't remember the professional football player's name that got in trouble for dog fighting or whatever, but we used to,
Yeah,
Michael
Vick.
Vick.
He was on the Cardinals.
Yeah, we used to equate ourselves to like we were Michael Vick's prized fighting dog, but we have yet to ever go fight into a fucking fight, and we've just been stuck in a cage with nothing to do.
Yep.
And it's like you feel, not that that's what the purpose was, but it's like you feel like you have like this purpose and this drive of what you're supposed to be doing, and then it's like, yeah, we're just going to shelf you for a little bit or for the foreseeable future and not tell you when it's going to end. And it's just like you start going mad.
It's like the movie Toy Story when he's playing with the toys and he puts on the box, "I don't want to play with you
I don't
anymore."
want to play with you. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I was with that unit, but we were responsible for bringing out the command van that goes out to officer-involved shootings.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so there's
Still exposed to it.
Yeah. And everybody was so surprised. They're like, "You can drive this?" And I'm like, "I used to drive fire trucks bigger than this. Like, ask me a question. I'll tell you a little bit about myself."
Yeah.
And so, like, there was a scene that was a barricaded suspect. And long story short, like, I had a counseling session earlier that morning, and I had, like, heard about it. And I told my counselor, I joke, I call him Jake from State Farm because he wears khakis. And his name is Jake. But I was like, we're going to shoot this guy. I was like, I can't do this job anymore. Like, that action is just going to follow me.
Yeah.
Because the first doctor was right. Like, I'm just going to react quicker. And the things that I want to do, like, I don't want to do anymore. Like, I don't want to test for SWAT anymore. Like,
Yeah.
at the time, I wanted to test for an investigative position in my mind, thinking that would remove me away from stuff. And really, it would just actually expose me to more.
Yeah. A lot more.
So, like, hindsight being 2020, like, I'm glad I got kind of shelved because it pushed me out. In the same sense, though, like, this current time and space that I'm in is also kind of crappy, too. But, yeah, so we got to this scene, and I remember my buddy who was my escort, he's like, "Hey, I want you to look at this report, make sure it's good so when they get this guy in custody." And he read the report, and the guy ultimately, like, had violated a court order. and he had been back numerous times. Well, this time they found him, and they get into a foot pursuit with him because they have a crime against him, so they're going to arrest him for violating the court order.
Yeah.
Well, then, like, my buddy hears metallic hitting the ground. Ching, ching, ching. Shines his flashlight, sees a gun. Tells him, police, stop. And the guy goes back to reach for it. And as I'm reading this, I was like, I would have shot him.
Yeah.
And then the guy picks it up, puts it to his head. So now you're in this weird dilemma. Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
He ultimately barricades himself and, like, no knock to my buddy. Like, it's like the movie Ride Along with what's his face? Is it Ride Along? No.
Kevin Hart?
No, not Kevin. It's a serious movie. Jake Gyllenhaal? No.
Yes.
What's that movie?
Are you talking about like Training Day?
It's not Training Day.
No.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure it's right.
No, right on.
It's about the two. It's about the two beat cops in L.A. and then.
Oh, the one with the camcorder.
Yes.
Oh fuck! Yeah, it's got Jake Gyllenhaal in it. What is
Yes.
it called? End of Watch.
End of Watch.
End of
Yes.
Watch.
Got it before Cooter did. Fuck you, Cooter.
Yeah, End of Watch, and it was like the scene like when Jake Gyllenhaal has that guy dead to rights with a shotgun.
Yeah.
And the sergeant asked him, was like, "Why didn't you shoot him?" He's like, "I didn't feel like killing anybody today." And like so, like that's literally like kind of what my buddy said. He's like, "I didn't feel like shooting anybody today," which I totally get, man.
Valid feeling.
Yeah. But like I read it and I was like, I don't know, like I wouldn't chance
Probably
it.
would have. Yeah.
And then so like I had another friend who was the TLO, and they were like coming up. A TLO is a terrorist liaison officer that works with works with FBI and all the other agencies and things like that. And so she's working like with SWAT to get info on this guy, and she's like, "Yeah, he's gonna surrender. We have this elaborate plan." And I looked at her in the face. I was like, "We're gonna shoot this guy. Like he ain't going back. I'm gonna tell you that right now."
Yeah.
And sure enough, it led to an officer actually getting shot.
Damn.
And like I could hear all of it. Like I heard the radio code for an officer being hit. I heard the shots fired, and I like the sergeant at the time had to come over and like snap at me because I was so checked out. And I was like, "I can't be here." And they're like, "Yeah, you need to leave." And I was like, "Yeah, I need to leave permanently." And I remember they drove me back to the training facility because that's where we were out of.
Mm-hmm.
I got in my car. I called my counselor, and I was like, I just, for a lack of better words, on-viewed another officer-involved shooting. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm going to submit my retirement paperwork. I can't work anymore. And he was like, okay, it's done. And so that was the last day I worked. And then I had a fight to get my retirement.
Damn.
Everybody was like, oh, Matt, you're a shoo-in. There's been guys that have gotten their medical retirement for far less. You have a workman's comp claim that's been good through the state. They acknowledge you have an injury. Like, your injuries are relevant and they're close proximity. Like, you're good. And then they denied me because one doctor said he wasn't sure if my diagnosis was permanent in nature.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Don't
If
you
I
just
ever see him
fucking hate
again.
that? I just fucking hate dealing with those, especially mental health professionals that have to deal with you in some kind of capacity of like a test or an exam that's going to determine something like that in your future. Like, I just went through the same shit, and I'm
just like, dickhead, it's not your money.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it's not your life. And that's the worst part. So, like, obviously I have tattoos, and these numbers are for an officer who actually killed herself. She was actually one of my training officers. And the facility they sent me to for that exam was the facility they had admitted her that she ran away from before she killed herself.
Fuck.
As Phoenix PD is bringing in people for committals, I'm like, if I say the wrong things, like, unfortunately, officers know enough that they can get themselves in trouble, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're not lawyers, but we know the law. We're not mental health professionals, but we know if you say the wrong stuff, like, you can lose everything.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm in here trying to tell this guy, like, things in the same facility that, like, I've brought people to.
Yeah.
Like, I've petitioned people, like, so.
That's fucking surreal.
And then for him to be like, yes, his injury is from work. Yes, he does have an injury. Yes, there is all this evidence. But he's like, I'm not sure if it's permanent. I was so mad. I was like, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
If I saw him again, it would take every ounce of me not to go to jail.
Yeah.
Because I had to fight for another year to get.
For something you deserved.
And I don't want to say I deserve it. Like, it's like the military. I went into law enforcement without this.
Yeah, but
Now-
it's something.
Now I left law enforcement because of it. Like, I did the job. I did it honorably.
Yeah,
I did it to the best of my ability. And unfortunately, I have done more than some cops will do in a 20-year career.
I say you deserve that then.
Yeah.
Something
Like-
you've earned, something you deserve.
Yeah. So, like, I was like, I just want what is mine. Like, I'm not asking for more. I'm not asking for less. Like, and so, yeah, like, so when they finally granted it, I was like, finally, like,
Yeah,
I'm officially retired.
close that chapter.
Close that chapter. And then that leads to the next question. Like, we've all separated from the military, and my military separation set me up for failure because my transition was so quick.
Yeah,
I didn't experience
13 days.
I didn't-
Hop back into the military.
the what do I do now phase. What's
Yeah.
my purpose? What's my mission? And like, that's where I'm at now.
Yeah, dust is settled, and it's I get that. Like, where do I go from here?
Yeah.
Like, I'm thankful for Bajo and the guys over at Badlands, like, because they've opened the doors and let me in. And I like the guys, and I like being around, like, the firearm community, and I like doing that stuff.
Yeah,
But, like, I also want more, right? Like, I came from these two professions that did all these other things. And I've even told Bajo, I was like, at the end of the day, like, I have a family. Like, I know I'm just doing this as a contractor under my LLC, but, like, I need to find something else because I need benefits.
yeah,
I have small kids that are bound to get hurt. Urgent care is not cheap. Doctors, dentists are even worse.
yeah,
But that's the thing, right? Like, so I started field contact, and at the time that was just more of a, gave me something to look forward to in the morning.
it's like an outlet.
Do you know the average life expectancy of an officer after they retire is 5 years?
Yeah, I didn't know that actually.
Yep. And I get it. They sit around doing nothing. They go from high adrenaline to nothing. Nothing to look forward to. And so I was like, I need to find something so I'm not a statistic.
Yeah,
And so I was applying at places, and like, I met the qualifications, like, I checked their boxes, but at the end of the day, like, they weren't taking me. And that was like Arizona State Gaming, that was Home Depot, that was warehouse work, that was like, you name it, I've thrown my hat in it. And so I was just like getting discouraged because I'm like, I did everything my parents told me to do. Like, I served honorably. Like,
I did everything right.
I have a degree. Like, I went to school. I used my GI Bill. Like, granted, it's not for anything relevant now, but I show that I can go to school. I can show that I can complete a task and pay attention. But like, now it's like, now what do I do? And so I was just like down, and I had a really good buddy that I lean on a lot, Wixom. Thanks for everything. And he looked at me. He's like, why don't you just start your own thing?
Yeah,
And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, the few times that we've gone out shooting at the property and stuff, he's like, you know, you're a wealth of information. And he's like, and you have a way of explaining it that isn't so overbearing or complicated. He's like, you'd be great for like new shooter stuff. And I was like, yeah, maybe. Like, I still like shooting. It's actually one of the things I enjoy to pass time, as forces me out of the house, and I'm really happy that the restrictions are lifted because now I can go back to the desert, right?
hell yeah.
But so I was like, so I started looking into it, and then I formed an LLC, and then at first I did my TPT stuff and like my business license, and then I did started with like crappy stickers, like they were crappy stickers.
They're not crappy. I have some of them.
You might have the newer, like some of the middle ones.
Oh, okay.
But they were pretty janky. And like at first it was just like some merch that I was hoping would be easy to move as just brand recognition, right?
Yeah.
Because there's so many people in this space, in the firearms community, that it can get saturated, and if you're not in or people don't know you, like your growth is slow, especially because social media freaking hides that. So it's hard to grow there too.
Yeah.
So like that's where like Badlands was doing the barbecue. And like at the time, like I didn't really know Bajo and those guys. And like I reached out, I was like, hey, can I come? Like, what's it cost? I'll pay. He was like, yeah, come on out. Don't worry about pay. I was like, hell yeah, dude. I was like, I'll share a percentage with you. He's like, nah, don't worry about it. Just come out, have fun. So I was like, hell yeah. And then like, so I was like doing that to like build brand recognition, like social media and stuff. And like my end goal has always been like firearm instruction, like
Yeah.
intro to firearms, like a generic, I don't want to say generic, but a pretty beginner to intermediate like carbine course, like working transitions, when like you would want to transition to your pistol versus getting your rifle back up, right?
Yeah.
Distance is your friend. And then like what I really wanted to do was a defensive pistol course.
Mm.
I don't care about CCWs. Arizona doesn't require them anymore.
Yeah, they don't.
So, like, if you want the CCW to get your background faster, cool. But just so you know, every time they run your plate, it shows that you're a CCW holder. So you can do with that information with what you want.
The more you know.
I mean, my plate says I'm a Marine Corps veteran, so it's almost expected at this point.
I know a lot of Marine Corps veterans who don't like weapons at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Anytime I did a traffic stop on vet plates, though, I'd be like, hey, where's the gun?
Yeah.
I'd be like, it's right here, sir.
Yeah, it is Arizona. Other states probably doesn't bat an eye. Arizona, like, I feel like any traffic stop in Arizona, you're like, where's the gun?
That's why I don't have vet plates.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to stay under the radar. Yeah. But the class I really wanted to do was defensive pistol, with doing like a defensive pistol and like dynamic movement, because that was the thing. After my shootings, like you have to go back and qualify. And I remember I was going back to the range and I was integrating with a bunch of other people for like the first time to go shoot. And I used to get so nervous about shooting the qual. Like really? I always shot well. But like it was still a performance based thing, right? And so I was like still nervous about it. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I was just like, this is so fucking dumb. And like I had people next to me that I had known, and they were like, I'm so nervous. I'm like, why? I'm like, you have a silhouette the size of a door.
Yeah.
I'm like, and they're not moving, and they're not shooting. Like, you know when it turns, you know the course of fire. Like, just point and shoot. Like, this is so dumb. And like, ironically, like I shot better because I didn't care.
Yeah, you weren't in your head.
And I wasn't in my head. Well, I've been through the real thing. Right?
Yeah.
And it was a harder scenario. They were both moving, then they were like the profiles were smaller. So I saw this big thing. I'm like, this is so dumb. It's like shooting the broadside of a barn. But the defensive pistol shooting, like more dynamic movement, malfunctions, reloads, things like that. Like all the things that could go wrong.
Very practical things.
Yeah. But with the takeaway of what to do after a defensive shooting.
Oh, I like that.
Because I think that's where, like, there is a lot of great instructors, and I'm not going to talk crap on anybody who is willing to go out and try to educate people on guns, gun safety, gun rights, things like that. And a lot of them are prior military. A lot of them are prior law enforcement, and they have all these extensive resumes and backgrounds and certifications and things like that. But I'm a big believer of experience.
Yeah.
Like, and I know a law enforcement defensive shooting is going to be slightly different than a civilian, but it's still going to be the same. Like, you're still going to have to talk to an attorney. You're still going to have to talk to the police. You're still going to have to go through, like, we do a walkthrough, which is you walking through the scene, not touching anything, obviously.
Yeah.
To paint the picture for the detectives, but that's no different than you as a civilian sitting inside an interview room.
Yeah.
Like, I get you don't have the visual stuff, so you're going to have to be very specific on what you say. Like, hey, I don't recall exactly the distance, or you use the terms like approximately, right? Mm-hmm. Things like that, and just caveat on that. but it's Arizona and it's hot. And a lot of the ranges, if you don't have X, Y, and Z and the secret handshake, it makes it very difficult to get in their instructor
Positions.
file
Yeah.
to be able to use their range because it's a huge liability.
Yeah.
Like, we carry our own insurance, obviously, for it under the business. And there is a range out in Buckeye that gladly accepts us, and they're fantastic, and that's range 2131. It's just far,
Yeah.
and that's the downside. And that, like I said, I started kicking this off in summer, and nobody wants to go shoot in the summer.
That's fair. Give it another month.
Yeah, so
I got guns. I like to go shoot. Teach me some stuff. I'm all down. I'm a smooth-brained ape. I don't know nothing, so I'm always down to learn fucking everything from anybody. So
People want to learn more about you or to hit you up for instruction, stuff like that. Where's the best spot to find you?
social media, Field Contact, just at Field, I think it's _contact.
It is.
Yeah. Field _contact or
I look at his page a lot, dude. Leave me alone. We're friends.
I haven't posted nothing
got a
lately.
little man crush without me over here. Do you?
We talk a lot, I feel.
Or the website, just www.field_contact.com.
Yeah.
Cool.
We've been talking for a minute.
Yeah,
I'm not
sorry.
trying to end you off. No, you're fine. This was amazing. I had such a good time talking to you, getting to know more about you, and hear everything you had to say. I think it was very powerful. Definitely want you back on and talk more about fun firearm stuff and not so much the heavy stuff, which I do really enjoyed the knowledge there and just the insight and learning more about you as a person, which is the whole point of this.
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like other than my little dumb chime-ins every once in a while, like I just spent most of the time just like listening to your story.
I was enthralled.
I was too. Like I was actually like envisioning and like picturing everything.
That was
like,
very good.
Yeah, you do paint a picture. So
You gotta be
I know
easy
you're
top.
just. I know you're just picturing Kodo playing Aladdin on the rug right now.
I am, dude. my friend. Every single one of your stories, I was like picturing perfect. I was like, this is fucking.
it
amazing.
was.
Good.
Yeah, it was.
The audio listeners gonna love this shit.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the police officer. We have to.
You gotta
Like,
be
so-
descriptive.
So that was like real quick side tangent. Like when I was
Good.
going through my retirement stuff, like one of the doctors that I had to go see, they give you like a test, like a cognitive test.
Yeah.
And she listed off a bunch of like household items, like furnitures.
Mm-hmm.
And then she would ask you like a bunch of questions. And then she's like, what were those items? And I literally laughed at her. She's like, what? I'm like, you're asking me to remember something. She's like, yeah, can you? I'm like, ma'am, I'm a police officer. Like, I can't tell you how many calls I go to in a day that I don't have time to type it right down, that I go to another call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, memory like a steel trap, they say, right? Like,
He's got the tism, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah, like, I was like, that's what cops do. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like the movies where, like, you get the thing, you're like, no, like,
Sitting there with your notepad.
like you might have like an FI card, like a little index card where you have like your key points and you stuff those in your visor. And then you get to the end of your shift, you're like, which one's which? You got to start like going through them. But it's like, we don't have the luxury to sit and type right away. Like, so I remember a lot as I'm going to the next thing.
Yeah.
And so she was like doing this test and I was like, did I pass? She's like, you did very well. And I'm like, not surprised.
Not surprised.
I was like, does this hurt or help me?
Yeah.
She's like, it's not great. It's not great. No, dude, I appreciate you coming on and just opening up and being willing to share your story and stuff. It's something that I said, we've been talking for years and we've never dove into the whole side of everything. I've had like the broad overview, but it was nice really getting to know you as a person, some of your experiences. So thank you for coming on and wanting to share all that.
Thanks for letting me on and thinking that I have enough to say that's worthy enough for your audience.
Hell yeah, dude, of course. Yeah. You're a dope human being.
Yeah, dude.
You're a homie. That's all you need here, dude.
Pretty mid.
Pretty mid.
No.
Bro, we got beers and conversation flowing. That's
We
what
do
this
have beers and
podcast is.
conversation.
What the
Beers and
podcast is
conversation.
about.
Now, before you close this, I've seen podcasts before and they hand out gifts. Cooter, sorry, I didn't know you were in the background. So
I
I
thought about telling you, but I didn't want to.
now I got to get you something.
Oh, fuck. Hands.
Oh shit! Thanks, man.
Hey, and since you're here, I need this signed.
Oh,
I got you.
Snap!
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah,
yeah.
dude.
I'm gonna get this sign. It's going right back. This actually sits in front of like my stuff from the Air Force
Does it really?
on top of my safe.
That's so
That's
fucking
dope.
sick.
I've got the one that he did of the UFO back there.
Oh, yeah.
And my other favorite personal one that I had at the office.
Yeah.
We got something for you too.
I mean, I've been drinking your beer and enjoying the company.
Hell yeah. You never answered my question what size shirt you wore, so I had to guess.
You probably guessed right because I'm
5X?
No, you got it right. 2X, bro.
Hell yeah. I know your body.
That would be my big fat ass.
I know your body well.
Dude, this is so... Oh, shit.
Yeah. That's the
Oh, yeah.
shit. That's the glizzy slide plate. So there's always a piece of me tucked in your pants.
Hell yeah, dude. That is tight. That's dope. These stickers are sick.
I appreciate it. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
dude.
Oh,
thank you so much.
It's not much, but it's honest work.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Here, let me get you a little something real quick.
Oh, he's effective. He keeps him under the seat now.
I do, with my other shirts from the field up. That is for you. We hand out one of those to every single
A
guest.
little patch for every guest we have.
It's going inside the safe.
They're
Hell yeah.
exclusive, so you don't get one of those unless you're a guest or work as part of the crew. So, yeah, man.
I don't think Cooter, do you have one? Yeah, Cooter doesn't have one. Fuck you, Cooter.
Damn, I feel like I got to give mine to Cooter now.
What is this fucking episode 20 something in? We're just not finding out Cooter doesn't have a patch.
So exclusive, Cooter ain't even got one.
Yeah, fuck you, Cooter.
Sorry.
What home does he have to put it in?
Jeez.
Stick to the box. Fuck
Stick it
you.
to the side walls of his box home.
He's got a little Velcro. He's got a little command strip in his fucking box at the outside the QT. Don't steal our Velcro, you son of a bitch.
He was asking for command strips earlier. I don't know. I think he's doing some renovations over there.
All the rain's been affecting that fucking box.
Yeah, the Haboob
He's
blew it away.
expansion. He's connecting boxes, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, you say we don't pay Cooter. We give him the beer boxes when we're done.
We do give him beer boxes and the empties so he can go recycle them and get a nickel. That's fine.
It's only in California. He makes the trip.
Oh, yeah, that is only a California refund, whatever the fuck.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I just remember as a kid and going to California and just fucking spending hours with a sledgehammer smashing cans.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's a good old memory.
Builds character.
That's
Hell
no
yeah.
character.
All right, Cooter. Play us out. There we go. Yeah, thanks again.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. I'm going to wear that shirt tomorrow.
Not gonna wash it first.
No.
All right,
I never wash a brand new shirt.
I didn't
I always get
this-
one good wear out of a brand new shirt.
I don't either.
I got this shirt today.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
I got this shirt today. I didn't wash it.
Like, I'm a sick fuck. I like that new shirt feel.
Yeah, that,
What about you
the
guys?
chemicals on
you
it.
wash
Yeah.
you wash socks before you wear them though, right?
No.
No.
I'm a psychopath.
Okay, fuck.
Yeah.
You got to stretch them out right.
You gotta get that on your body feel first,
Cut 'em.
and then you gotta break it in, essentially.